E.J. Raddick and Dave Starman. Third game of the preliminary round. Team USA and Team Czechia. And Dave, we got some news because Team USA dealing with a little illness within their group. They're going to be a goaltender. We thought it was going to be Augustine today, but it'll be Jacob Fowler again making his second straight start. Trey Augustine under the weather, as is Seamus Casey, so he will not play either today.
So Eric Polkat will move up, and he'll play on that second pair with Drew Fortescue. That's a really nice pair for this game. For the reason being, the Czechs are a big, heavy, hard team, and that defense pair could be that shutdown pair to neutralize a lot of what the Czechs like to bring, especially on the forecheck. So intrigued to see that. Fowler will get the start and goal, playing back-to-back games, not a big deal. At the NCAA level, they're doing that every weekend.
Yeah, and that's a great point to make, is that, this is not something that would be unusual for Jacob Fowler, who plays at BC. And at the other end of the ice, it'll be interesting. It'll be Michael Raubel, and he plays at UMass. So you have two goaltenders from right in the northeast of the United States. So very interesting. They will probably play against one another in February when their teams meet in college action. You see the referees for today's game, and they're getting ready to go. Eunice Kova and Troy Murray are your referees. There's Fowler in goal. Played yesterday against Team Switzerland. It was a blowout game. So today he will be more challenged. There's Michael Raubel, and he has played the first two games.
He has been stealing points for UMass all season long. He has been really, really good for Greg Carvel and his group. There's David Carl, the head coach of Team USA. Patrick Augusta for the Czechs.
Got the no-tie look going. Very nice. I like that.
David Carl really looking forward to this game. Different style of opponent, different level of play. Real good for Team USA to get themselves ready for the medal round. This game and the next game against the Slovaks.
So we are underway. Shapovalov and Petr Gauthier are on the draw. Thanks for taking the time to join us on this Friday. We should have a good one for you today. Team Czechia and Team USA. An important game, certainly in preliminary round standings. The Czechs come in 1-1. They lost to Slovakia. Team USA has won both of their games. They took care of business against Norway and against Switzerland. Puck goes all the way back. Chesley retreats, fires it up. Gauthier, he dumps it in. They bump along the way. David Carl mentioned, and you mentioned as well, expect a little bit more physical a game today. And we'll see. The Americans are up to the task. Last time they played the Czechs, it was a couple of years ago. We did the game, Dave, and Czechia were able to beat Team USA 4-2 in a quarterfinal matchup. A couple of the Czechia players were on that team or are here today, most namely Yuri Kulich of Buffalo Sabres draft pick. So keep an eye on him, number 25 in red.
Talked to Seth Appert, the head coach at Rochester, about him yesterday, and just raved.
Chance at a goal! It's Isaac Howard, and guess what? Nazar again with another terrific pass. And quickly the Americans strike, and they lead it 1-0.
Nazar has just been unbelievable off the puck. Then when he gets the puck on his stick, this has been what he has done all tournament long. They get real good transition through the neutral zone, drifts a little bit wide to buy some space, and look at Howard. This is just textbook hockey. Howard puts a stick down, goes to the net, gets it, delivers. And when you can deliver that quick and catch the goalie moving, EJ, remember the other day I said in situations where a goalie gets moving laterally, if you shoot for the back knee, you can find pay dirt. Another example of picking up a puck, getting the goaltender slide laterally, and sticking the puck off the back knee.
So Team USA, just as was the case against Switzerland yesterday, off to a quick start. And for Isaac Howard, it's his third goal of the tournament. And for Frank Nazar, his 6th assist of the tournament. And those assists, Dave, have been really sweet plays.
EJ, it's his 5th consecutive primary assist. Wow. And that is Trevor Zegras-ish from a few years back.
So the Americans out to the good 1-0 start. Certainly they were hoping for a good start today, playing in the second of a back-to-back. The Czechs had the day off yesterday. Would figure to be the fresher team, but Team USA off to a quick start. They had another opportunity here As Perot, he gets taken into the boards hard there by Prachik. And now the Czechs will regroup. Prachik behind the net, number 4 in red. They'll make a change. Thomas Hamara now on with the puck.
This kid Amaro reminds you a little bit of Neil Pionk. Just same kind of player. Good one-timer. Drives pucks to the nets. Can move pucks real well. Nice player to watch. Another look at the goals. We talk about the transition. And Howard just cleanly beats his man. The speed and skill of this line has been on display for 3 games. You got the BC line with Smith centering, which has been quiet on the scoreboard, but effective in the offensive zone. You got the big line up top, which has been good. This line has been dynamic.
Isaac Howard, first-round pick of the Tampa Bay Lightning a couple years back. Michigan State, where he's had a nice sophomore season so far. 5 goals, 20 points in 18 games. And so on the board for a 3rd time. And, of course, Frank Nazar. I mean, he has just been special to watch so far. He's a Chicago Blackhawks pick. 13th overall in 2022. So that combo has been good. And really, Dave, these top 2 lines for Team USA, they've been doing a lot of the scoring.
Again, it's when the BC line gets uncorked, and they probably have or should have been rewarded for some of the offensive play that they have put up for games 1 and 2. When that starts to unload, now you got 3 lines really cooking.
Chance to that, blocked away by Rabel. Isn't the play in the corner. Chalet starts it the other way, moves it ahead. Becker back over to Chalet.
Tremendous play by Polkett. Great stick. Keep an eye on this pair, folks. 23 and 5 in white. They're going to be a pair that I think can really do some good things in the defensive zone. Fortescue is one of those guys where you don't notice him a lot for all the right reasons, but he's just steady and makes plays. And here's Polkett with the long stick. Tight gap. Great stick, good coverage. The one thing that the U.S. has talked about quite a bit in our conversations with them is cleaning up the defensive zone, tightening gaps, and being better defending as a 5-man unit. They're off to a good start tonight.
Off the draw. Puck behind the net. Good play by Howard as he won the puck, tried to get it to Nazar. And now Czechs start to come out. They were making a change. USA just fires it right back in. Puck comes up the wall. Stancil plays it ahead to Becker. Comes into the zone. Puck kicked out the other way. And here comes Nazar again. Brindley moving towards the middle. Nazar behind the net. Chips it for Brindley. Gavin Brindley, and now see the arm come up. There's going to be a penalty on Czechia. Team USA will go to the power play. And they've done some good work on the power play so far in the tournament. 4 of 9. As you can see there, Andre Becker headed to the box.
Number 19, the puck got put in. It kind of fell off the stick of Nazar. And Brindley, who takes one of the chops right there, is on it first. One of the great identities of Team USA through the first 2 games is how often they have been first on loose pucks. Part of that is their work ethic, which is real good. And a huge part of that is their overall team speed, which I don't think tournament-wide can be matched.
And I like that Brindley, when he saw that stick came up, he had the arm up too. Trying to help the ref out there.
Listen, you got to be a buddy, right? So the U.S. gets on a power play here, and we'll see one of the units which has changed with Seamus Casey not playing today. Z. Bouillon, University of Denver, draft eligible 2024. We'll get a look.
Team USA gets to their set. Gauthier back up high to Hudson. Gauthier to Hudson. Now Howard pops out. Gauthier with a one-timer. Stopped by Rabel. Puck along the wall. Teams battle. Americans keep it in. Good play by McGroarty. Overskate there, but Hudson picks it up. He's going to move back to middle ice. Cross to McGroarty. Hudson taking a look. Flips it over. One-time shot there by Snuggerud. And stopped by Rabel. He was wondering if he had it.
Interesting. McGroarty, 2 and white, as he starts to go to the net from high to low. He creates a bit of a pick. See him pick 20? That slows 20 down a little bit so that the defenseman can move to try to find a lane. Remember, the U.S. has got the 2 big options on the flank. Snuggerud on one side, Gauthier on the other, both with big shots. But because of the way that the Czechs defend more in a diamond and in straight lines, without running around a lot, it's going to be up to the United States to find seams and create seams, with the Czechs defending with a very NHL-style PK.
Czechs were able to win that draw, move it down. Team USA regrouping now on the entry. Oh, big hit there. Gauthier got stood up. Didn't seem any worse for the wear. Carter Gauthier, he's a big kid anyway. Win at 6'3", 190. Team USA on the attack again. The puck gets turned over and fired all the way down. William back. They'll start the rush. Then William drops it off. Brindley now to Smith. Cross pass. The chance in front. Oh, great opportunity. Just off the stick. Terrific passing play there by Team USA. Almost connected for a second goal. Back on it. Walking down the middle. Here's Perreault with a chance. The puck deflects up over the glass and into the netting.
Boy, does Boyer bring a unique dynamic, doesn't he? Comes up the ice on that first one, then they create the slingshot, and then on the second one, that's a nice drive to the net. Gauthier gets nailed at the line as the U.S. tries to carry in and gets stood up, and there's the good opportunity set up just a second to go. U.S. couple different looks on their power play. The first unit is mostly a straight-ahead game and structure. Second unit, a bit of a slingshot entry.
Back up high, one-time shot. Just fired wide by Chesley. Taking a look. Hudson. Dancing. He fires into the net. Knocked down. Penalty over. So the Czechs are able to kill off that penalty.
And that's why Chesley was out there with 3 forwards, 2D, because the power play was about to expire. So better having 2 defensemen on the ice than a defenseman and a forward. And you're having to replace the forward, especially with somebody sneaking out of the box behind you.
So Team USA on the board first. You can see the final in the earlier game. Team Finland shuts out Latvia, so the Finns get on the board with their first win of the tournament.
And the Latvians haven't scored since last January.
Yeah, it's been a tough run. They played Canada. They've played Finland. I think they also played Sweden, so I mean, that's probably a pretty good gauntlet. Puck back up high and now all the way back down where Rabel will play it.
Yeah, the Latvians, that's like playing the 76 Canadians, the 80 Oilers, or the 80 Islanders, and the 84 Oilers in a row.
I'll have to double check the schedule. I know they lost to Canada 10-0. They lost to Finland today 4-0. So we'll see. Here's Gauthier now with the puck. Tries to drive hard to the net. Couldn't get all the way there. Snuggerud now gets in on check behind the net. Nice carry the other way by Barres. Comes up with a shot deflected up into the netting. Nice escape there by Adam Barish. Team USA on the board. It's Isaac Howard with his third of the tournament.
Investing is not for everyone, right? Wrong. Wealth comes from pennies. Like oaks come from acorns. Wealth comes from the decision to invest, to bury your acorns, give them time to grow into a mighty oak like squirrels do. You see, investing was never meant to be an exclusive club. You just didn't have the right tools for it. Now you do, buckaroo. Acorns. Grow your own. Look at that. Beautiful.
Would you ask Instacart for personalized game day recipes? You get everything you need in just a few clicks. So you can stay on your game.
Jacob Fowler in goal today, plays at Boston College in Hockey East, playing against his Hockey East counterpart on the other end and doing the goaltender warm-up with a little extra. It's amazing how many more goalies these days juggle, and they've always worked with the balls and get the hand-eye coordination going, get the music going. Nice, disciplined warm-up, and in talking with the group at BC, he's got a very good routine, a very professional approach to playing the game.
Born down in Melbourne, Florida. Talked to John Morosi about the sacrifice his parents made to drive him to play hockey as a young boy, long trips, and it's all paid off. He's been a terrific young goalie at BC, and he's a Montreal Canadiens draft pick, third-round pick in 2023, 69th overall, and pretty bright future for a big kid, 6'2", 214.
He's interesting with the way he plays, because we talk about goalie fakes. This was something a little bit in the past the smaller goalies would use. They'd show you some net, try to get you to shoot at it, and then move it and take it away. He's a bigger kid who utilizes the goalie fake pretty well. He'll trade depth to utilize his east-west speed and really use his hands very well to potentially show you the top of the net and then steal it away from you.
Brindley on the puck now. Nice give back and forth. A little tic-tac-toe passing there, but couldn't make that one work. Nazar tries to skip around the defender. We're going to get another penalty. And you can see there, IIHF not happy about the call as he tripped up Brindley. Second penalty Brindley has drawn here in the first 8 minutes of play.
Brindley trying to slip off of Czech and winds up drawing one. Watch as Brindley steps around. The stick drifted into the, Nazar. The stick drifted into the front of Nazar's foot. From where the official was standing, you could certainly justify the call. When you look at the replay, you say to yourself, that might have been a little soft.
Well, if you're Czechia, you're probably looking for consistency, right? So if you're going to call that, you'll probably look for other calls as we move forward. We will see, but nonetheless, Team USA gets their second power play opportunity. Came into this one 4 for their first 9, so 4 for 10 now. Get a zone entry, but it's turned over there. The puck kicks around. It's along the wall, and they were able to recover the puck, get it up high, and get to their set. Gauthier. Down low. Roarty tries to slide it through. It's loose. Underneath the goalie. There's no battling. No whistle yet. And now we get the whistle. And that puck is on the outside of the cage, as you can see pretty clearly there.
So on this play, McGroarty, 2 and white, is down low. He's off to the left side of the goaltender. Sets up in what we call a jam play setup. Now, I've talked to Brett Larson this morning. He and Garrett Ramwood run the power play. And we talked about the Leonard jam from the other side against the Swiss. And I asked him, is that something you're looking for more of? And he said, we loved it. Any time that we could get that jam play going off the goal line to the front of the net, we'll take it. So I'm surprised McGroarty didn't turn and try to stuff it off the pads of Rabel.
Team USA gets hold of that 50-50 puck. Smith tries to slide it through. Off a skate. Czechia clear.
You know, was great. Loved the jam play as a coach was Roger Nielsen. Late Roger Nielsen when he coached the NHL. Every one of his teams so good at utilizing the goal line jam.
Nice play by Brindley to enter the zone. They get to their set. Bouillon. Smith. Back to Bouillon. Stretches it out. Over to Smith. Takes a look towards the net. Perreault comes up with it back to his college teammate Smith. Bouillon. Smith fires through traffic. Gloved down by Rabel, the big 6'6" goaltender, grabs it and holds on.
Yeah, Rabel must feel like he's either at the Mullen Center or Connie Forum with all the BC guys out there playing against him. This group, he'll see as we go down the road. Nice, easy save as the U.S. moves the puck around up top. And one of the keys to beating this diamond that the Czechs will play is to try to create scenes by getting the puck moving east-west quickly, which you see the U.S. trying to do up high.
Off the draw. Now we get a whistle. I guess we're going to just do that one again. Linesman didn't like the drop. There's Rommel. He's got the UMass UMass Mask.
Flagship.
Them. I'll try to say that 5 times quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
That will not be good.
I perfected it, having written checks to them for the last 4 years. So my oldest son, Jared, just graduated from there. It's a wonderful, wonderful place to go to school. It's a great town, Amherst, Mass. It's a terrific campus, and the one thing that they are not lying about, it has been voted the #1 campus food in the entire United States. And I'll tell you what, they back up that claim extremely well.
Little tidbits.
That's right.
Off the draw, Team USA wins it, but the puck comes out of the zone. 35 seconds left on the power play. Second power play opportunity for Team USA. Did not convert on the first one. They lead at 1-0 on the goal by Isaac Howard. Came early in this first period. Puck kicking around in the neutral zone. Czechia doing a nice job. That puck gets fired back down the ice. There's Buyan. Looks to come up. 10 seconds left on the power play. Puck knocked down. Cleared out of the zone. And that should just about do it. So Czechia maybe gain a little momentum with 2 penalty kills here. We shall see. Here's Ryan Leonard. He comes in, looks to get a shot off. Knocked down. Spraycheck, number 4. Now that puck comes out high. Chesley through traffic, just misses the net. Down low, Spraycheck again. Throws a backhand pass up, and here comes Czechia. Long pass ahead. A little too far for Kulik. Keep an eye on him. 25 in red. Buffalo Sabres draft pick. Off to a terrific start in the tournament. 3 goals, 5 points in the first 2 games. He's got 22 points in 16 World Junior games in his World Junior career. This is his 3rd tournament. And lighting it up at Rochester as well in the American League, the affiliate of the Buffalo Sabres. Here's a chance now. Knocked down. It was Finley with that chance. Puck was blocked on the way in. Long pass ahead. Czechia on the move. Backhand through in front. Fowler got over there. As Sapuchek was right on the scene. Finley battling down the ice. Good battle there with Malofsky. Fortescue now. Long pass ahead. Tape to tape. Gets it to Gauthier. He dumps it in. Snuggerud on the press. Amara there for Team Czechia. They started the other way. Puck kicking around the neutral zone again. U.S. comes up with it. Gauthier was on that. Snuggerud now over there. Leaves it in the corner. Gauthier with a shot. Short side. There's another shot by Snuggerud that goes up into the netting. So Team USA with the early goal from Isaac Howard. They lead it.
USA Hockey is teaching more than just a game. We're teaching kids about
teamwork, confidence, fitness, fun.
Because every kid deserves a chance to play, love, and excel. Visit USAHockey.com to learn more about the great youth hockey opportunities available for your child. Because dreaming big is one thing, getting the right start is everything.
Buying a house is complicated and confusing, especially now.
But it doesn't have to be.
That's why who you work with matters.
Together with HomeLight, we find solutions for every buyer.
Whether you're looking to make an all-cash offer, find the right loan, or negotiate with confidence,
our team helps you get the home you love every time.
A home is something special.
Earlier this season, we got a great chance to see a bunch of players that were candidates for this team when Michigan State and Boston College linked up. Augustine and Fowler went head-to-head in a great 2-game set. They both played extremely well through a couple of those games. See, Augustine had the tough night on one of them, but for the most part, the goalies were really, really good. And there were, like I said, at least 10 players in that game candidates for this team.
And sometimes the shots And the goals don't indicate how well a goalie played. I mean, there's some high-end skill on both those teams.
Yeah, I remember Fowler being great on the second night.
Czechia now recovers. They throw it back in their zone. Krejcik will have to go back for it. Krejcik behind his net. He had a goal. He's had a goal in one of the first 2 games for Czechia. Came out and beat Slovakia on the opening. It was the first game of the tournament. Excuse me, Slovakia beat them. Czechia got out to the first goal, but Slovakia really played well and won the game. They bounced back by beating Norway. So Czechia 1-1, Team USA 2-0. Team USA now coming up the ice. Camp dumps it in. Remember, Seamus Casey not in action today. He is out due to illness, as is goaltender Trey Augustine. So Jacob Fowler making his 2nd straight start. And the U.S. will have 6 defensemen in the lineup tonight. Of course, you can dress 20 skaters in IIHF play. So they still have 6 defensemen. There's a shot. Just went wide.
What many of the European teams have done traditionally is dress 4 lines and 4 sets of D. The Russians always do that. The U.S. and Canada, for the most part, tend to go 13 and 7.
And I think mostly, Dave, they're not going to use that 4th D pair. Here's a turnover and a shot just wide. I mean, that seems to be the logic of it for why teams would go 13 and 7 as opposed to 12 and 8.
Now the Russians seem to utilize them a little bit more than other federations that did it. You know, they would go with groups of 5. But you're generally correct on that 4th pair not playing a ton.
A shot through traffic by Hudson goes wide. Here's Leonard with a shot. Almost surprises Rabel with that one. Czechs come up the boards. Kulik fires it in. Glove down by Fowler. He leaves it for Hudson.
That's a great play by Fowler. That's great goaltender IQ, because he knew that the Czechs were on a bit of a change, and the U.S. was going to be able to stretch the ice surface with a wide pass.
So the Czechs go offside. We'll take a break. Team USA with the lead.
This is not just a tree. It's the wide-eyed promise of a tiny seed. It's the mighty oak. But it didn't get mighty overnight. It grew ring by ring, a little each day. Repeat.
And that's why we made the Mighty Oak debit card. While other cards are built for spending, ours helps your money grow with 2 of the highest APYs available. Plus, you can automatically invest your spare change and bits of your paycheck for your future. Acorns, grow your oak.
NetCredit is here to say yes to a personal loan or line of credit, even when other lenders won't. Apply online in minutes and get funds deposited the next business day or sooner. Go to netcredit.com. NetCredit. Credit to the people.
There's Jimmy Snuggerud, star of the game yesterday against Switzerland. 4 goals so far in 2 games, 5 points, and he had a hat trick in the game against the Swiss, and didn't seem like he could miss in that game.
No, good player, hard edge. He reminds me a little bit of the late Jimmy Hayes, just with the way that he plays hard, big shot, uses his size, uses his shoulders, uses his strength, fully believes in all the clubs in his golf bag.
Czechs now trying to gain some offensive zone time. They haven't had too much here early on. Team USA has done a pretty good job defending. And once again, Danny Nelson will start out. Nelson to center, a little chip. And there's the chase from Oliver Moore. He gets taken into the wall. Chance in front, bounces around the slot. Still loose. And the Czechs are able to get out of trouble. Tomáš Galvis was able to get it out of there. Team USA back in the offensive zone. Moore spun around. goes to the corner. Good battle there. Gavin Hayes looks like he's going to get up a little slowly. Here comes CZECHIA the other way. Puck goes behind the net. Chance in front. And a goal! Jacob Stansel was in front. And he buries it to tie it at 1.
Fowler's not been busy. Sometimes that is the worst enemy that a goaltender can have. And Czechs really got on their horse with transition here. U.S. had numbers back. That should absolutely 100% never happen. You can't be that open in the slot in a game like this. If you're Bouillon on a play like this, you got to be a little careful before you go behind the net without shoulder checking to see what's coming behind you. You're going to assume that your partner's going to be there, right? But Rinzel was not there yet. So Bouillon commits to go back behind the net. Really nice job by the Czechs to use the back of the net for protection. And the Czechs with a hard area goal.
I give Dominic Raymond a lot of credit for getting down, getting to that puck, and then finding a perfect pass in front for Stansel, who finished.
And that was the Czechs using the U.S. game plan almost against them, because the U.S. on that last shift with Nelson's line, 2 excellent entries in the offensive zone, establishing some ground game.
Here's a shot just fired wide by Gauthier. He almost got to the rebound. Now behind the net. Gauthier, one-time shot there from McGroarty, blocked. McGroarty back up high, fired below the goal line. Hudson kept it alive. Czechs are able to come away with it, though. Now Sabuka comes up. Backhanded in. Fowler leaves it for Chesley. Chesley to center. Fires one, caught by the goaltender. He's going to hold on.
So you take a look at it again. I mean, the gap was good at the line. Puck gets below. Bouillon goes low. Rinzel with a bit of a slow recovery to the front of the net. And the Czechs steal one off a real good entry.
Really opportunistic, the Czechs. They haven't had that many opportunities here in the first period, but they took advantage there off the rush. And great play there. There's a shot loose in the slot. Kicks out. Czechs just fired to the neutral zone, and here comes Kulik. Fucking skates. Now they come away with it, try to make a play to the net. And we're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get a penalty. So the Czechs will go to the power play now. We told you about the captain, Yuri Kulich, Buffalo Sabres draft pick, started the rush. And off to the box will go Polkamp.
Here comes Kulich as he weaves his way through. A little Malachi crunch and a little extra. And the U.S. will be defending. The Czechs are 3 for 9 on the power play. 13 minutes and 40 seconds of time. They've got 19 shots on goal. They've scored those 3 power play goals in 3 very, very different fashions. But Kulich is a great one-timer option.
Czechs with the draw. Look to get to their set. USA 5 for 5 penalty killing so far in the tournament. Puck comes up high. They were looking for that one-timer. Hold back up to the point to Hamara. He throws it through traffic. Kulich retreats. Hamara. He loses it, but regains. Over to Kulich. Hamara takes a look. They try to get it into that bumper spot. Good stick by Team USA. That was Lane Hudson. He gets it ahead. Here comes Nazer. He walks in. Shot stopped by the goaltender, Rommel. Hamar now drops it off. Kulich dances through. Chapawala throws it behind the net. Comes out to Becker. Now he turns it over. And Hayes comes the other way. Driving to the net. Calling for it is Moore. Hayes fires it. It's gloved down by Rommel.
U.S. able to jump the route on a couple of occasions here to prevent some things. And Kulich with that one-timer option that he likes can't do it. There's the first jump with a great defensive stick. And the U.S. gets an opportunity, and Asia comes in flying, and then they were able to break up that second chance. The Czechs didn't change when they had a chance to after that initial dump out, and they looked really gassed on that second entry back in, and it almost cost them. Watch for a tap ahead here, potentially.
Now we got another whistle off the face-off.
When you're killing a penalty and you get an offensive zone draw, if you get somebody out there that's on their strong side, one of the nice, easy, low-risk plays you can make as a centerman is just chop it towards the front of the net. And you got to see who's going to take this draw here.
Well, that's Coolidge. He's on the bench. I think Team USA would like to see him stay there. Because when he's on the ice, he's dangerous. As I mentioned, he's been a threat in World Junior play. 22 points in 16 games in the World Juniors. This is 17th career World Junior game today. Czechs now look to make the entry. They get in. Raymond behind the net. Brazil gets there, winds it around, can't get it out. Comes all the way around. Raymond chasing down for the Czechs. Puck reversed again. Sam Rinzel, nice little play. They get it out. Good job there by Danny Nelson. 20 seconds left in this power play chance. Sabulka coming up for the Czechs. Gains the zone. Turns back. Throws it down below the goal line. Coming up on a minute left in period number 1. Czechs looking to get it through. There's an opportunity. Charlie with a chance. Fowler had to dive over there. So the penalty has been killed. Here comes Brindley the other way. Brindley looks to make a back pass, kind of lost it in his skates. Big hit there on the wall. Czechia comes away with the puck. They turn it over, and here comes Snuggerud. Tries to throw it through to Nazar. Redlick for Czechia. Now McGroarty. Puck coming in the other way for Czechia. They turn it over. Team USA looking to make something happen on the rush. Under 25 seconds left in the period. Gauthier on the move. Fires short side. Stopped by Rommel. Czechs clear it to center. US chips it right back in. Foot race in the corner. Snuggerud spun around. Puck up the wall. Last chance attempt here. And there is the horn to end period number 1. So we are tied after 1. Howard for the U.S. Stancil for the Czechs. Let's get it to our intermission crew, Sierra Santos and Steve Conroy.
All right, thanks, guys. Welcome into the intermission report alongside Steve Conroy. I'm Sierra Santos. Not quite the barrage of goals we saw after the first period in yesterday's game. Team USA was up 5-1. This one is going to be a little bit more challenging for them against Czechia. Also, Jacob Fowler in net. He had 21 saves yesterday. He's filling in also for the sick Trey Augustine. But this one, they get out to an early start, which is exactly what they did as well yesterday. 90 seconds in, you get the first goal of the game. But then Czechia making their mark in this one.
And they gains a lot of confidence off of that goal. It's funny how a goal can really change the complexion of a hockey game, but that goal did, and all of a sudden, they're starting to carry the play.
Yeah, it was Jacob Stancil who tied things up for Czechia. Let's go ahead and take a look at the goal. What did you see here, Steve?
Well, just a great job by Raymond just to stay with it. And Sam Rinzel, big defenseman, lanky defenseman, number 8, kind of loses his check for a little bit, and you'll see it on this next replay. You got to be aware of who's in front of the net. That's the most dangerous player. The guy behind the net, yeah, he can make a play, but the guy who's going to score is ultimately going to be in front of the net. Rinzel kind of loses that man. It's Stancil, and you'll see this end-to-end rush, basically, by Raymond, and a good job getting it. It was 1-on-3. He gets to the puck. Now, Rinzel's got to be aware of that guy in front of the net. Good pickup by Dave Starman, who's done a fantastic job on the color in this game. He realized the dangerous man is the man in front of the net. Rinzel's got to get, if not a stick, get on his body. He allows Stancil the easy look. Nice goal. And as I mentioned, they've really taken over since that point. So it's funny how sometimes a goal can be a shot in the arm for a team, can be a real booster for them. And that's what this was, because up until that point, Team USA had been dominating.
Absolutely dominating. All right, things all tied up right now between Team USA and Czechia. When we come back, we're going to get familiar with two Team USA defensemen, Seamus Casey and Lane Hudson. They're going to tell us about what their best plays from each other. They're going to rank them. You know, Steve, I like it.
I'll stick around.
At FanDuel, we speak hockey. That's why we give you more ways to bet on the NHL. Whether you want to bet on a clapper to light the lamp, root for some winger to start racking up apples, or bet that the Tendy puts up the Great Wall of Pillows. This hockey season, FanDuel lets you bet on the boys any way you want. Bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
Build the pool yourself. What could go wrong?
Some things are better left to a professional.
It dried so fast.
Like when it comes to finding financial advisors. So leave it to Smart Asset to find them for you. Take the free quiz at smartasset.com. Then you'll be matched with up to 3 vetted fiduciary financial advisors. To get started, take the Advisor Match Quiz now at smartasset.com.
Terrific.
NetCredit is here to say yes to a personal loan or line of credit, even when other lenders won't. Apply online in minutes and get funds deposited the next business day or sooner. Go to netcredit.com. NetCredit. Credit to the people.
My dad's name was David. He always talked about getting life insurance, and now it's too late.
No one was expecting my husband Dave to suffer from a heart attack. We didn't have life insurance. We thought we had more time.
Don't be Dave, and don't wait until it's too late to get the life insurance coverage you need. And if you don't have enough insurance to cover funeral costs, credit card debt, and other expenses, your family is going to get stuck with the bill. Call now to get affordable life insurance.
Just call
800-310-2104.
If you're over 50, you can't be turned down for this insurance, regardless of your health. Plus, there's no medical exam, no health questions. Your rate will never go up. Your coverage will never go down. And rates start as low as $5 a week. Remember, don't be Dave. Call now.
Call now.
800-310-2104.
Is your car's plastic trim faded and milky? Don't worry. CeraKote's ceramic trim coat restores oxidized trim effortlessly. Just wipe it on. It's guaranteed for 200 washes. Even dust won't stick to it. Keep your car looking professional. Selling your oxidized, faded trim car? Detailed cars sell for way more than faded cars. Read the thousands of 5-star reviews for yourself. Buy any of CeraKote's #1 selling ceramic products for under $20 at these leading retailers today.
Welcome back into our intermission report. Team USA defensemen Seamus Casey and Lane Hudson are two of the most electrifying players in college hockey. And with their styles on the ice being so similar, we thought it would be interesting to see what Seamus says about Lane's best plays and what Lane says about Seamus's. Through the lens of NHL Network feature producer Sean Hyland, here are two of the best blue liners at the World Juniors breaking down one another's film from their college season.
All right, Lane, you and Seamus view the game so uniquely and in such similar ways. I want to have you take a little look at one of his goals and let us know what you think.
Yep. Right off the start, he's attacking middle ice. Makes a great shift around the first guy. Not many guys are going to be able to stop Seamus when he's coming at you like that. He's very deceptive. And just casually walks into the zone, sees a guy has a bad gap on him, and takes advantage. Great finish on the back end, too. Really good finish. He's so agile on his edges where he could just, go one way and then go back the other way pretty easily.
So how should that defender have been gapped up on him to have a better chance?
I feel like if I was playing Shea, first off, I'd try to not give him that much space. Anytime you give someone like him space, it's going to end up not so great. He'll make a good play. The D who was going against him, who got walked at the end, maybe he should have tried to stay inside the ice and give him the outside. I mean, he'll still make a high-end play on the outside, but it won't be... I mean, I'd like to think he can't score from the outside, but, he could probably, so...
So let's get into sampling some of Lane Hutson's greatest hits. There you go. You can hit play on that one.
All right, so he's on the left side. Oh, yeah, I've seen this one. It's something Lane does so well. Like, he's coming across, but he sees the eye. He's looking up the whole time. And I think he makes one move. And that's the thing is, like, you're not expecting a D-man to make two moves at the blue line. Like, I guess if you know you're playing Lane, you might expect something crazy, but like one move you think that's all he's going to do, and then he throws in a second, third juke there. I mean, he knows he's got two guys. He's got one guy at the net and a second guy in the middle. Like, he knows to get that puck through because he's going to have, numbers at the net, and it's a really nice shot. It goes in, but I think it's just the process of, like, he knows he's going to be able to get to the middle there, shake that guy a little bit, and then get that puck through. He probably does that 10, 15 times a game. And every time he's going to create a chance. So that's just like, obviously, like, here it's a highlight, but I think in a lot of cases it's just a really consistent, habit that he has. It's awesome.
Why is it so rare that he'd be able to make, or that a defenseman would be able to make multiple moves at the blue line, in that case moving laterally?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, his skill set is, like, unteachable. It's not something you can just be like, oh, do this, do that. I think he's so smart, and he's always got his head up. Obviously, you can't make these plays without your head up, but to be able to, be that fast, that quick, on your feet and with your head up, to be able to see, when he needs to release that puck and where to, because that's obviously, like, if you're going to shoot from the blue line, like, where you place it is so important with the screen, and, like, he's taking into a lot of things into account, maybe what handedness the guy is in front of the net, where the guy might want to tip that puck. Obviously, like in this one, it just goes in, but there's a lot of things that go into it, and it's not really stuff you can teach.
If you're watching video of Lane like that, and you see a winger closer to the top of the circle, do you almost smile and say, uh-oh, he's in trouble?
Yeah, well, obviously, like, playing with him for 2 years, and against him, all the years growing up, and then we even played him last year, telling your teammates, just watch it, like, he's going to make a move, he's slippery, like, just be careful. It's obviously a hard job for a winger, just because, you want to go out and pressure hard, but at the same time, you got to go controlled, especially with a guy like that. Like, you got to be controlled, but if you give him time, he's just going to pick you apart anyway. So it's a tough balance for a winger. I've definitely seen a few slip and fall, on roller skates, but yeah. Yeah, this one's pretty similar. He moves it here, but he's walking across. So it's kind of like the other one where he's walking across. And, honestly, like, I'm not in Lane's head, so I'm not sure if he saw something where he didn't think he wanted to beat that guy. He didn't want to make a move on that guy, but he just kind of walks it across, moves it. And, like, it's like any player, like, everything's the same. And then he just kind of sees that he can fill that space. And then it's just kind of like, he just keeps his eye on, I think, is that Celebrini maybe, I don't know. Just keeps his eye on him, and he's just filling space. Like, it's like a play that could turn into nothing, or it can be a scoring chance. But I think if he didn't score there, he's probably going to just hang around, and then he's going to circle back out into his spot. But it's just that movement, that constant movement that, you see it in this highlight reel goal, but it's happening, all over the game. Like his game, he's just doing it over and over again.
We have one more of Seamus that I'll show you. This would be from the Frozen Fourth.
I know this one too. Nice tight gap to start, and then you see his hands in the clip. He's taking the space that's given, threatens a shot, and he's able to take it right to the net and score a huge goal, which he does too. He scores big goals, and yeah, I mean, great move by him and great finish, but started with a tight gap, and I assume Quinnipiac was tired, and he took advantage of it.
When you think about that word deception and the ability to change the angle and make it look as though he was going to go one way and then go the other, what does that word deception mean to you in this context?
Just passing off like false information in a way, like, making people think that you're going to go one way and then just completely changing where you're going. And that's, he's really good at it.
Coming up, we get you ready for the second period between USA and Czechia.
Life moves at the speed of hockey, but you can count on Enterprise, home or away, to always be there with the assist, no matter where the game takes you. Enterprise, for lives in drive.
Are your headlights cloudy and oxidized, making your car look bad? Are they underperforming when you need them most? CECHIA's Headlight Restoration Kit restores weathered headlights back to like new and keeps them that way for life. Stop wasting your time with solutions that don't last. CECHIA's kit includes everything you need to go from this to this. Simply wipe away oxidation, give them a light sanding, and apply the ceramic coating. That's it. The True Ceramic technology does the rest. Buy any of CECHIA's #1 selling ceramic products for under $20 at these leading retailers today.
Supreme Court justices hold the power to protect or undermine our most cherished rights. It is a singular power, an overwhelming power, an unchecked power. In a democracy, no one should hold power for life. Supreme Court term limits. It's time.
Count plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
If you know these names, then you should watch this tournament.
Anything can happen in these short-term tournaments.
Follow the names we'll be talking about for years to come in the 2024 World Junior Championship. Sweden faces Canada today, 1:30 Eastern on NHL Network.
Taking a look at the game summary from the first period. Steve, what does Team USA need to do to get out to a commanding lead like they did yesterday?
Yeah, I think it's really important to get that next goal. You score the next goal, all of a sudden you're in control of the game, you've got the lead, you can relax a little bit. Should the Czechs score that next goal, though, all of a sudden you start to doubt yourself and maybe you get run around a bit. So score that next goal.
They need to conjure up some of that confidence from yesterday. Team USA and Jacob Fowler juggling a much tougher opponent than yesterday. EJ Raddick and Dave Starman with the call of the second period coming up.
Come on! You know the answer. You studied for this. Come on. Timmy! Come on, Timmy. You got this, son. Pencil to paper. Focus. Come on, Timmy. Focus. Focus. Take the puck. There you go. Skate. Skate. Pass it! You call that a pass? What are you doing? You missed the puck! Come on!
The Pepsi Zero Sugar NHL Goalie Challenge is free and easy to play. Every week, all season long, pick 3 teams and earn points based on teams' goalie performances. You could win NHL game tickets and other great prizes. Play at NHL.com/Pepsi Goalie Challenge.
Acorns is built to put investing at the center of your money. Every time you pay for something, they invest the spare change. Every time you get your paycheck, they automatically invest a little bit of it. And even when you buy from some of your favorite brands, Acorns gets you bonus investments. Yes, that's what it means to be growth-minded. To find every chance you can for your money to grow. Acorns. Grow your own.
Supreme Court justices hold the power to protect or undermine our most cherished rights. It is a singular power, an overwhelming power, an unchecked power. In a democracy, no one should hold power for life. Supreme Court term limits. It's time.
My back feels better and it makes me feel stronger too.
Perfect for home therapy. Whisper Quiet to use while you work.
My circulation is moving, I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. Call and get upgraded to the Deluxe Bundle. Get the faster motor or 5 miles of steps per hour, the step counter, the sport mat, and wireless remote. Call now.
Saturday, with a new year on the horizon, the Magician, Mitch Marner, and the Leafs
Marner magic!
look to cast a spell on Seth Jarvis and the Canes. Hockey Weekend begins Saturday, 7 Eastern on NHL Network.
Fans friends, the top American players eligible for this June's NHL draft will face off in the Chipotle All-American game on Monday, January the 15th at USA Hockey Arena in the Detroit suburb of Plymouth. Opening face-off is 4 o'clock, and tickets are on sale now by visiting usahockeyarena.com or in person at the box office. Don't miss this unique chance to see the future stars of the NHL January 15th at USA Hockey Arena in Plymouth. We'll be doing the game right here on NHL Network. Dave Starman, I'm working on him to get him to be there. So far, I've been unsuccessful in my quest.
It's early yet.
It is early yet. I got some time. The rosters were announced yesterday.
Saw that, yep.
Team White, you can check that out online at usahockey.com. Some really interesting players. Cole Eiserman, who's a really high-end player, almost made this team. James Hagen's the same thing, so should be fun to watch.
You know, I coached James's dad. His father played junior for me. His dad, Mike.
Yeah. Wow.
His dad was a great skater. Mike Hagen Sr. was a really good skater.
So look forward to that January the 15th. Meanwhile, we are underway here in period number 2. Gothenburg, Sweden, the 2024 World Junior Championships. Team USA coming into this one 2-0.
I think for the U.S., a big, strong, fast, heavy start is needed to turn this game back into the game that they had through most of period 1.
Puck comes towards the net. Rommel puts it to the corner.
Take a look at, they outshot him. They outchanced them. They had 8 chances in the grade A area. I mean, there was a good puck possession, dominant period, helped by a couple of power plays for the U.S., which got away from them towards the end with a goal against and then a penalty.
They did a lot of things well. 15-5 in shots, and as we've talked about, Dave, a lot of swings of emotion with young players. Here's a chance by Chesley, a dart off the backboard behind the net. Checks out a little momentum. We'll see if the Americans can get it back. Battle behind the net. Rooker McGroarty in the battle. Kamara for the Czechs. Kulich up high, takes it the other way. Gets it across. Sapovalik spins, throws it towards the net. Misses on the short side. Down the wall, Sabulik. And now it's Lane Hudson. Throws it ahead. Pass comes across. There's Isaac Howard. Spins one towards the net. Like it surprised Rommel. I don't know if he saw that right away, Dave.
Good shot by Howard. Anytime you get something to the net, we always talk about, like, don't leave your grade A's on the table. Well, you know what? Sometimes the grade B's aren't bad either. And it's just a shot through traffic.
And that
right off the coconut of Rabel as he turns his hand over. When you put a puck up towards the shoulder area on the glove side, the goalie has to turn their glove over. It becomes a little bit more of a challenging save.
Well, he used his head to his advantage in that case.
And he certainly uses his equipment a lot. I mean, he's on his 4th blocker, 3rd catch glove this season.
See, that's the inside stuff we need to know.
Heavy sweater, goes through equipment quickly.
Now we get a whistle. And looks like we are going to get a penalty. Nazar headed over to the box.
USA 91, 2 minutes interference.
So interference penalty.
So Czech took a penalty in period number 1. He helps draw one here in period number 2.
And he does the same thing, looking to the officials, and the back official is the one that called it.
If that's the call right there, I'll let the guy on the ice have the benefit of the doubt. I didn't see interference.
Well, nonetheless, Czechia on the power play. Their second power play chance. 0 for 1 so far. Kulich gets it up high. A one-time opportunity there by Milowski. Comes it back across to Kulich. Milowski again taking a look. Throws it towards the net. Stopped by Fowler. Kulich up high. Kulich drops it back off for Hamara. lead, back up high. Fake of the one-timer there by Hamara. Exchanges with Coolidge. Running 3 guys up high right now. There's a chance of that coming downhill. Left-hand shot on that side. Stopped by Fowler. Thrown back into the corner. Battle behind the net for possession. Sapovalek comes away with it. Here's a one-time shot. Coolidge, he fanned on it. He's able to hold it in. Coolidge up high. Thrown across to Coolidge. Takes a look. Back up high to Hamara. Into the bumper spot. Nice stop there on the shot by Becker. Fowler getting over there. Kept in. Americans need a change. Can't get one. There's a shot through traffic. Just wide of the net. Samara again with the shot. And now finally Team USA was able to clear it down.
Real nice work by the Czechs to get that bumper situation set up as they move the puck around with good precision. And Nelson made one great read to avoid Coolidge with a one-timer.
It was Barish towards the net. His shot towards the net, shot pass just goes through the crease. Czechs now with a little momentum. They come in though offside.
Up at the top, Nelson made a really good read as he tied up Amara and didn't let him get a pass across. Czechs were trying to go to work to get that one-timer set to Coolidge, which is kind of their grade A chance. And then they work it down low to the B option here. Real quick passes. Beecher pops his way out, comes from low, more net front, into a higher presence as that pass goes wide to the flank. Doesn't play around with it. Fowler with a tremendous save.
Andre Becker, 19 in red, plays at Prince George in the Western League. Great opportunity there. 13 players on Team Czechia playing in the Canadian Hockey League. So they're very familiar with playing against a North American player. Here comes Perot now. Tries to get it across. He loses it. He was watched there by Adam Zidlitsky. You might know that name. His dad, Marek Zidlitsky, played in the National Hockey League for many years. Adam grew up in New Jersey, now playing for Team Slovakia. Nice play by Perot as he drove to the net. But Rommel was able to shut him down. Team USA now gaining the zone again. Driving to the middle in traffic. Rebound. Oh, a great chance in front. It looked like Buriam had a chance to knock it in. Now Leonard loses it off his stick. Czechs try to clear to center. Nice play there by Howard. He knocked it down.
If you're the Czechs and you're going to be irresponsible with the puck between the red dots, you are going to get blown into tomorrow as this game goes on. And the Czechs, on 2 or 3 occasions, throw a lazy pass in center ice between the dots, which the U.S. turned around in transition, and you are absolutely playing with fire with that mentality against this team.
Stanzel was behind the net. They get it across. Czechia looking to make a long stretch pass up ice. Puck kicks around. The Americans take it at the blue line. They come the other way. Here comes Nazer. He loses. Czechia looked like they were coming out of the zone. Skaters blows a tire. Team USA gets it. They dump it back in.
One difference I think the Czechs have made, they're engaging earlier on plays in the neutral zone. Their defense are stepping up a little bit forwards and closing up quicker. And even on passes outside the dot lane, you're seeing Czech defenders, Czech forwards engaging early on puck reception to kill plays.
Puck down, shot on goal. Fowler makes the stop. Dangerous rebound. Czechs couldn't make anything happen with it. They get possession. They go low to high. Galvas across. Here's a shot through traffic, blocked. Another chance in front, and ripped home. Adam Barish. Top corner. And the Czechs take a 2-1 lead.
Czechs go to work, and it's all started with a really good defensive play they made at their own blue line to get this thing turned around. They never gave up possession after that. Fowler with a couple of good stops, and open in a quiet zone is Barish, who just pops it home as the Czechs win a couple of battles down low. Remember, David Carl talked to us this morning. Biggest concern was the hard, heavy play of the Czechs and their ground game. And on both goals that they have scored, the goal has been generated from below the goal line on a quick pass out into soft ice. And they've converted on both of them.
So the first World Junior goal for Adam Barish. And the Czechs take the 2-1 lead. Here come the Americans back on the attack. Finley, low to high. Taking a look, shot through traffic wide. Battle along the wall. Czechs come away with it. Behind the net, it was Alsher. He throws it up. Got it into Saposek. Now Hudson. Hudson, his pass across off a shin guard. It goes back into the neutral zone.
See, early engagement again. 9 up, red on 16 white.
Shot across the crease by Gavin Hayes goes wide. Hudson trying to spin away on the wall. Puck below the goal line. Comes to Chalet. His pass goes into the skates, recovers, throws it ahead. Chalet gets it back. His shot fires wide. The lanky left shot. Edward Chalet. Here's a long shot across. Bolonski goes wide. And now Lane Hudson. Little flip ahead. Czechs playing out of harm's way, and they start up. Prevo. Behind the net. Takes it around. U.S. tries to come the other way. Gabe Perreault is able to control it. Gets it over. Chance in front. And a goal! It's Will Smith! And the BC line gets going. And at just the right time to tie it up. 2-2.
U.S. is able to stretch the ice on a good out through middle ice. And it's an individual effort by Perreault just to stay with it. That was a tight gap they ran into, and then the Czechs got caught puck watching a little bit. Here's a 1-on-2, 2 red on 1 white. Back check breaks down a little bit. The Czechs have numbers back, but nobody picks up Smith on the back door, and he shelves it to get this game tied. Look at all the red sweaters. Everybody's looking on one quadrant of the ice, and that was part of the scouting report the U.S. had, is that the Czechs like to flood the puck side. Smith snuck in the back door, and without numbers, the U.S. scores one.
So Will Smith, his second goal in the tournament. The Czechs looking to answer right back. Chance backhand shot kind of through the crease there by Becker, and here come the Americans the other way. Howard again with a shot, couldn't get much on it.
Best way to getting around early containment, early engagement by a defending team is to stretch the ice so they don't have time to get into structure. U.S. is starting to do that again.
Behind the net, Nazar with the steal. Now the Czechs come the other way. Becker throws it ahead. Stanzel. Puck goes down behind the net. Polkamp is there. Eric Polkamp off the glass. Into the neutral zone, goes too far.
He was eyes up and looking distance from the minute he cut the net and threw the puck up ice was Polkamp.
Now Fowler comes out to engage. He's able to play it away from Sapovalik. Wrapped around a chance here, but knocked away. Here comes Team USA. McGroarty on the move. Tries to throw it back through to Gauthier. Couldn't find him. Barish now for the Czechs. Czechs throws it to the corner. Tries to chase it down. Bouillon trying to fight off Kulik. Fortescue. He's watched there by Barish. Good battles along the wall. Puck in front. Opportunity there. Fowler turns it aside. Sapovalik with it. Tries to spin out. Rolls one towards the net line. Checks now with some pressure. Shot off the side of the net. Kicks right to Team USA, and they go the other way. Snuggerud. He goes in heavy on the wall there. Puck kicks off, and the Czechs start the other way. Here comes Malowski driving to the net. Good stick by Bluya. They collide behind the net. Coach David Burrow said this would be a heavier game today, and there's 100% sure of that. It has been a heavier game. Some real good puck battles, some heavy play. Battle in the corner again. Chance to the front. Goes wide. Sabolka gets it up high to Malowski. This shot stopped by Fowler. Puck in the corner. Comes up high. Quick shot to the net. Loved by Fowler, and he'll hold on. Good action at both ends. We're tied at 2.
In this challenging market, you need to be innovative to navigate buying or selling a home.
That's why who you work with matters.
HomeLight's Buy Before You Sell program has been a game changer for our team.
One of our clients, a young couple, found an amazing home that was only available for a short period of time.
They were able to present a fast, non-contingent offer
before even having to think about selling their existing home and win the home of their dreams.
Can a handyman fix my leaky faucet?
How much does it cost to have my HVAC checked?
How do I know I have mold?
What do water pipes
Home questions don't have to keep you up at night. Get peace of mind with Thumbtack. We'll connect you with local pros for any home project, from a small fix to a big remodel. See transparent prices, read verified reviews, and book with just a tap. Thumbtack, the easy way to care for your home.
USA Hockey's Try Hockey for Free Day is set for Saturday, February the 24th. To find a rink hosting a Try Hockey for Free event, visit tryhockeyfree.com and visit rinks as often as you can. Visit that site as often as you can, because rinks are added as we move closer to that date. Good program, good initiative by USA Hockey. Get kids out there learning to play. That's taking a taste.
Not Logan Cooley started, did it?
Great story. Meanwhile, we're 2-2 here, and here come the Czechs again. Sapovalek driving to the net. Puck comes loose in front. Barish with it. Goes low to high. Czechs trying it through traffic. Scrambles around the slot. Taken out of there by Finley, and here comes Nelson. Danny Nelson with a shot. Gloved down by Rabel, and a hold on.
When you get into games like these, and we talked about the trench warfare type game, the heavy type game, the constant reloading by your opposition, being the Czechs, it's really important. Your outs become really important. Use of the width of the rink can become really important, but being able to get the puck moving quickly into open ice to beat structure becomes a real key component. To me, that's a U.S. strength. If they get into the trench warfare component, that to me plays into the hands of the Czechs.
Here's Polkamp now. Tries to get it to Smith, goes behind the net. Perot in there, wins the battle, throws it in front. Good defensive play by CZECHIA. Keeping it out of the middle. Long pass. Fortescue gets it, goes across the ice to Perot, sloshed it ahead, couldn't get it to the target. And now coming the other way, it's Chalet. He's got a man at the slot, shot! And it's in. Couldn't quite tell at the original. Thought Fowler might have had it. But the Czechs finish in transition, and they take a 3-2 lead.
EJ's second goal this period that the Czechs have scored, which on a play that started in their own end. Good turnover by them, picking up on at their own defensive blue line, and then they just create a chance off the rush with some good skating, and they just drive the front of the net. And there's the pass off, and that's a high skill play to get that pass into the net. But just before this goal, in defensive zone coverage, they picked off a pass from the wall to the middle with a real good centerman play, and then they make the play at the defensive blue line to turn it around. This game is becoming a carbon copy of the Czech win in the 2022 reboot when they beat the U.S.
And that goal scored by Robin Sapushek on the nice feed from Chalet. Sapushek, he plays in the Western Hockey League for Victoria. And the second year over there, and first World Junior goal. So Team Czechia with the 3-2 lead.
Their layers have been better. Again, their early engagement's been better. I mean, defensively, they have really tightened this thing up from period number 1.
Fowler just got a piece of that. Just a really nice play. And you mentioned it, just a high-skilled play. A great pass by Chalet and a really tough finish for a left shot on his offside to get enough on that to get it through the glove of Fowler. Here's a turnover. Czechia looking to get another opportunity here. Puck kicks around the slot. Czechia on it. Can't get a shot towards the net. It's a battle there. The Americans come away with it. Puck gets chipped in. Referees are letting these guys battle a little bit.
They're policing the game themselves. A lot of times referees can take cues from the players. If the players look like they're going to play, the officials can stay out of the way. If the players look like they're going to make a mess of the game, the officials have to have be much more impactful in policing it.
Here comes McGroarty. Pass across the slot behind Snuggerud. And then fired back in by Chesley. We got a good one today. A very competitive matchup here. Czechia with a 3-2 lead. E.J. Radek and Dave Starman, thanking you again for joining us. Preliminary round action here at the World Junior Championships in Gothenburg, Sweden. U.S. will complete the preliminary round on Sunday morning, 6 a.m. Eastern Time against Slovakia. And then we will get ready for the quarterfinals, the crossover, which will be on January the 2nd. Barish with the puck. He's got one of the goals for Czechia today.
I'll be brewing up a big pot of Bigelow tea for you on Sunday morning, just so you're ready.
I hope they give you a little compensation for that. The plug. Shot stopped there by Barrett. And the rebound is put in. It's Chesley. Chesley finds it in the slot. And he goes top shelf, and we got a tie game. It's 3-3.
If you like nose to the grindstone hockey, this is just your kind of game. U.S. on a nice entry, get a good opportunity, and then they're going to work behind the net. And Chesley sneaks in with a real nice play. Look at Chesley, he's just eyeing everything up, and he doesn't jump too early. He saves ice. He makes the communication to the player down below the net, but he doesn't jump in quickly. See where he is, top of your screen? If he jumps in too quickly, he might run out of space, and that might become an impossible pass to complete. But because he waits and because he saves ice, he's in a perfect spot, and he rips it home.
So University of Minnesota sophomore defenseman Ryan Chesley jumps in with the pass from BU's Lane Hudson, and we got a tie hockey game, 3-3. Good response by Team USA. Come right back. There's another chance in front. Boy, this game is just a lot of chances at each side. These teams are really battling.
The response by each team to when something goes against them has been remarkable.
Spinning back, it's Galvis. In the corner, pulls up, throws it through. Knocked down. Team USA coming the other way. Puck chipped up over the glass. And we will take a quick break, but there's the goal scorer, Ryan Chesley. Tied at 3 in the second.
Some things are better left to a professional.
In hindsight, probably shouldn't have tried to remove my own appendix.
Like when it comes to finding financial advisors.
What was I thinking?
So leave it to Smart Asset to find them for you. Take the free quiz at smartasset.com. Then you'll be matched with up to 3 vetted fiduciary financial advisors. To get started, take the Advisor Match Quiz now at smartasset.com.
I was this close. This close.
Why pay over $100 a month for cable when it's half the cost for Fubo TV? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Try free at FuboTV.com.
Would you ask Instacart for personalized game day recipes? You get everything you need in just a few clicks, so you can stay on your game.
Here's a look at the last 3 games between the U.S. and Czechia at the World Juniors. And we talked about a little bit earlier, Dave, that quarterfinal loss for Team USA in 2022, 4-2. Prior to that, 7-0 blowout win in 2020 and 2019, a nail-biter, much like today. That one ended 4-3 in overtime.
And they played some good ones. I keep thinking about that game they played in Edmonton in 2012, the gem that Peter Mrazek put up in a 4-3 win or a 4-2 win. It was just, Mrazek was incredible that night.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, with the entire crowd in Edmonton chanting his name.
Peter Mrazek now a member of the Chicago Blackhawks and helping that rebuilding team. Here comes Czechia trying to move the puck up the ice again. Amara jumps in. On the wall, Stansel. There's a shot through traffic. Doesn't get to the net. One of the Americans blocking that one down. Puck comes up the wall. You can see Leonard there, slow, as he's hobbled by that shot block. Long pass ahead, knocked down. Here come the Czechs. Fired in by Stansel. Redlick trying to get to it, but Chesley ends up with it behind the net.
That was a pretty good idea, actually, to try to throw one long, because with the line change coming, you knew somebody was going to be coming off the bench and into that area.
Keep an eye out for Ryan Leonard, who blocked that shot. Hopefully he's okay. Under 4 minutes left, second period. Czechia, USA tied at 3. Redlick goes in for it for the Czechs. Turnover in front. Dangerous play. But Hoyer just couldn't get a stick on it. 15 in red. Puck bounces around in the slot again. Players go down, bounce back up. Team USA comes away with it. Snuggerud through the middle. Tries to go through a couple of different checks. Can't do it. They just fired off the wall and out of the zone. Kulik ahead to Sapovalek. Pulls up. Kulik has a good look. Stopped by Fowler. Great scoring chance and a better save. Czechs reload again. Kulik turns back. Up high. Shot through traffic. Doesn't get to the net. Backhand by Bursch. Stopped by Fowler. And now we get some nastiness in front of the net. Gauthier, Barish, Renzel. They get together. Let's take a break. Cool off, guys.
I'm Cole Caulfield, and I played college hockey.
I'm Adam Fox, and I played college hockey.
I'm Jake Gensel, and I played college hockey.
I'm Johnny Gaudreau, and I played college hockey.
Whether you're a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey.
This season, DraftKings Sportsbook is your place to bet on the greatest sport on ice. There's so many ways to get closer to the game. And with this latest offer, you can win big. Now that is deserving of some victory stick taps.
New customers, want to pocket $150 instantly in bonus bets? Get paid faster than a one-timer when you bet just $5. All you got to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the promo code. The crown is yours.
There's Ryan Leonard on the bench. Blocked that shot, Dave, and just kind of getting up slow. Ooh.
And for any of you who play, whether recreationally or competitively, you know that the shin guard gets a little light there.
Quick shot there, stopped by Fowler. Well, if you've ever been hit with a brick, I mean, that's also something that's is not enjoyable. Nasty spot, so hopefully Ryan Leonard's going to be all right. We'll keep an eye on see when he's out again. Here's a chance in front. Shapovalek was there, couldn't get to it. Galvis. Puck wound into the zone. Shapovalek throws it across off the stick of Galvis, but he recovers, runs into his own man there. Czechs do recover, get a shot wide of the net. Puck behind the net. Squirts free. Shapovalov. Chalet, but they lose control. It comes out to the neutral zone. Puck chipped up in the air. Chalet chasing it down. Goes behind the net. Spinning back. Up high. Shot through traffic. Didn't get to the net. Chalet battling with Hudson. Snuggler gets it ahead, and here comes Team USA. Brindley pulls up. Throws it down a little below the dots. Nobody there. Alsher. The puck goes all the way back behind Fortescue, and we're going to get a stoppage.
So in the first couple of games, the United States has had all kinds of time and space to do literally what they've wanted in many occasions. You've seen it in the shot charts and where they've gotten chances from and how many. And with the way the Czechs are defending, as we've alluded to it during the period, it's made it a lot harder for the U.S. to find some of the space to create. And what makes it more impressive is that they're doing it on an Olympic-sized sheet. So they've been really good outside the dot lane. They've been great inside of it. And I think they've really kept the U.S. off balance, not allowing the U.S. to grab the line and generate a lot of rush offense.
Coming up on a minute left in period number 2. Team USA trying to make an attack. There's a shot wide. Gauthier fired it wide. Behind the net. Comes around. Czechs are able to clear. Americans fire it right back in. They'll have to get onside. Snuggler on the forecheck. Puck takes a bounce to the middle. Good opportunity here. They try to get it across. Snuggler just couldn't get it. Then trips over a stick. Looking for a penalty, none forthcoming. And the Czechs are able just to work it up the wall and out. There comes Raymond. Moves back to the middle. Looks to drop. Can't connect. Here come the Americans the other way. Snuggerud walks in, fires. Glove down by Rabel, and he'll hold on. 20 seconds.
Know the time, know the score, know who you're playing against. And the Czechs almost got beat by being a little selfish at the line with some puck mismanagement. There's a good shot block by them as they layer up very well once again. But when they came into the offensive zone, that little high rotation, the drop pass to the wall would have been a really safe play. But by continuing to carry the puck into traffic, they almost turned it over and sent the U.S. on their way.
So face-off now in the Czech zone. Off the draw, one by Smith. Get it to the point. They go down low, looking like I'm trying to make a set play as Leonard went to the net. Good to see Ryan Leonard back out there. Last rush here now for the Czechs. Puck goes behind the net. William is there. Winds it up the wall. Clock ticking down. Maybe a chance. Just fired wide by Leonard at the buzzer. So an interesting middle frame. The teams go to the locker room tied at 3. Let's get it to our intermission crew, Sierra Santos and Steve Conroy.
All right, thanks, EJ and Dave. Welcome into the intermission report. This Czech team, by far the most competitive and physical that Team USA has faced so far in their 3 games. 4 goals in that second period alone. But Team USA finding ways to answer, Steve.
Yeah, and it's important because, as we mentioned earlier, this Czech team, very proud. And it's tough sledding out there. There's not a lot of room on the ice. I quickly looked at the defensemen for the Czechs. All these guys over 6 feet tall. The forwards, 9 of the guys are over 6'2". So there's not a lot of room. They don't mind being physical, and they're proud. And they're in this hockey game. It's going to be a tough one.
We're going to dive into the physicality of this one in just a little bit, but let's go through the goals so far. This one was all knotted up to start the second, tied at 1 goal apiece, and then 2-1. The Czechs go up on the Adam Barish goal.
Yeah, Barish just kind of all alone in front of the net. Kind of a lucky bounce, too, because it heads back to the point, kind of heads off to the corner, too. And Sokolov just kind of bounces off his stick right to Barish, and not much that Fowler could do on that.
And like I said, they're finding ways to answer back. Will Smith, who opened up the scoring in yesterday's game, but it's actually Gabe Perreault that's it's his setup that is what caught your eye.
I thought this play was dead. It looks like the puck gets poke-checked off of Gabe Perreault. If you know anything about him, he's got maybe the best hands on this team. Not the greatest skater, but look at the hands. He settles it. It goes flat. He gives it right over to Leonard. Leonard quickly to Smith. That BC line connects. They've been so good in college hockey this year. Really good on this goal. This was an important one, tying the game back up at 2.
But the Czechs, they're not going down without a fight. Robin Sapušek from Edward Chalet. Chalet, a first-round pick by the Kraken. Then they take the 3-2 lead once again.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a lazy back check there. Defenseman, I actually don't mind what the defenseman did on this. He checks his shoulder to see if he can go, because that guy off in the corner, he's not really dangerous. So the defenseman heads to him. That kind of opens up the front of the net. Gabe Perreault a little late in getting back, and Sapušek, it's a good shot. The one-timer crosses his body and just sneaks it by Fowler. You see here, Fowler gets a piece of it, not quite enough, off the glove and into the net. That gives them the lead.
Americans, though?
Never say die.
Never say die. Ryan Chesley goes top shelf to make it a 3-3 game.
Yeah, bad coverage, too, I think, here by the Czechs. They get mesmerized by the puck. Everyone gets watching the puck, and they collapse down low. Lane Hudson does a real good job here. He gets stopped on the original shot. He picks up his own rebound. He sees Chesley coming in from the point. And you see all those red jerseys just staring at the puck? That opens up the big defenseman Chesley. He's got a wide open look, and he makes good on it. And a big goal for them later in that second period to tie it at 3.
So physicality has been the name of this game. You already mentioned just the sheer size of the Czech defensemen. How is this a different opponent, just physically, and the grittiness that we're seeing than Team USA has faced?
Yeah, well, good question. And keep in mind, they faced Norway and the Swiss team in the first couple of games. Not known as bruisers or physical teams, not really known for their hockey either. Still competitive teams. But this Czech team, they play a North American-style game. In fact, a bunch of these guys on the Czech team play over in North America in the OHL, in the Quebec Junior Hockey League. So they're not afraid of the rough stuff. And, the European game isn't as rough as the North American game because it's a wider rink, but you'll see these guys like to get involved. They realize how important this game is. And I mentioned the pride of the Czech team. Keep in mind, they lost their very first game of this tournament to the Slovaks, so embarrassed maybe a little bit. The Slovaks very good this year, but they realize if they've got any chance of winning, they've got to nullify the skill of the Americans, and one way to nullify the skill is to be physical. And so far, they have been very physical on Team USA.
Team USA last took home a bronze, so how can they bring home a gold this time? We are going to look ahead to Team USA's schedule coming up after the break.
This holiday season, give your family the gift that keeps on going.
Our very own Energizer Bunny?
Energizer Ultimate Lithium. The #1 longest-lasting AA battery.
At FanDuel, we speak hockey. That's why we give you more ways to bet on the NHL. Whether you want to bet on a clapper to light the lamp, root for some winger to start racking up apples, or bet that the Tendy puts up the Great Wall of Pillows. This hockey season, FanDuel lets you bet on the boys any way you want. Bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
Your vehicle takes a beating from the environment. Keep your vehicle looking better than new with Cerakote's Rapid Ceramic Paint Sealant, a breakthrough in ceramic technology. Now you can seal and protect your paint with unbelievable gloss, shine, and slickness in less than 30 minutes. Look at the difference with Cerakote's true hydrophobic ceramic technology. The level of gloss and slickness is unbelievable. Cerakote increased slickness by an incredible 72% compared to uncoated automotive paint. Everything just slides right off. Simply spray it on and lightly buff it with the included microfiber towels. That's it. Everything's included. Even water blows right off.
I've been a professional auto detailer for almost 40 years, and during that time I've tried hundreds of paint care products. And I can tell you that Cerakote's Rapid Ceramic Paint Sealant is in a league of its own.
Guaranteed to be the glossiest, slickest, and easiest to apply paint sealant you have ever used. Get professional gloss, shine, and protection for your vehicle. Buy any of Cerakote's #1 selling ceramic products for under $20 at these leading retailers today.
Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. Introducing Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact.
It is so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Strengthen and tone your legs, increase your mobility, flexibility, and balance. Plus, stimulate healthy circulation.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better. It makes me feel stronger too.
Perfect for home therapy. Whisper quiet to use while you work.
My circulation is moving, I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. Call and get upgraded to the Deluxe Bundle. Get the faster motor or 5 miles of steps per hour, the step counter, the sport mat, and wireless remote. Call now.
The Champions Hockey League, featuring the top European teams, face off in home and home series.
They score!
To see who advances to the next round.
Makes no mistake on the far side.
Semifinals, January 9th and 10th on NHL Network.
Welcome back to the Intermission Report and looking ahead to Team USA's schedule. Today's game, a primer, but it's no easy path. They face Slovakia coming up on Sunday. Slovakia, a team that's 3-0. Meanwhile, Czechia was in the gold medal game against Canada next year. So we're really getting a preview of what we can expect, which is, yes, it might be their toughest opponent yet, but they have an even tougher one ahead. Now, luckily, they do have Saturday off to kind of get a little bit of a regrouping.
Yeah, but still, it's 3 games in 4 days. The Slovaks have really surprised a lot of people this year. They have been really, really good. You see they're standing. They won their game earlier today, so they are perfect 3-0. Team USA hoping to win against the Czech team. They would be a perfect 3-0. And the importance of this is, in this round robin, now they're in Group B. Both of these teams are in Group B. USA, if they win it, they will lead their division, the Group B division. They would play the 4th place team from the A group, which would probably be Germany. That is a much better matchup. If they end up in second, they probably play Finland in that first playoff round, which would be a much tougher opponent. So they realize this. Listen, it's not the end of the world if they lose this game, but if you win this game, you make the next one against Slovakia, you make the playoff round just a little easier on yourself.
So the goal is, you want to come away with the top spot in this round.
Absolutely. It just makes everything a lot easier.
Well, like I said, they do have Saturday off. They've been going back to back, so hopefully they also get some of those guys that have fallen sick.
Yes, that's right.
Back in the fold.
Yeah, not only the goalie, Trey Augustine, but Seamus Casey, who's a fantastic defenseman, also out with an illness. So hopefully those guys 100% come the weekend.
The flu bug bites everyone.
Sure does.
All right, when we come back, we're going to catch up with Ryan Chesley on the ice and get his opinion on the second period.
This is Poof, the most powerful pet odor eliminator in the world.
No harsh chemicals.
No harsh chemicals at all.
No fragrances.
None.
Seriously?
Oh. It's safe for people, pets, and the planet. What's this?
Oh.
That's pure ammonia. Oh. Just gotta poof it. Check this out.
Wow, I don't smell anything. Literally nothing.
That's because there's nothing to smell. Poof is a commercial-grade formula. A no-nonsense, no-fragrance odor eliminator. A formula used in the country's largest municipal waste companies to eliminate organic odors and make entire communities more livable. Yet, it meets the most stringent safety standards. Pet odor, poof it. Urine, feces, vomit, litter box smell, plus the odor on the pet. Wet dog, eye odor, ear odor, face odor, stinky skin folds, any organic odor, even skunk odor. Ugh. One spray, and it goes away. Give it a smell.
Wow.
Generic sprays only cover up and reduce odor.
I smell like poop and flowers now.
Poof works instantly. It dismantles odor on a molecular level. It literally takes stink out of the equation.
Powerful enough to eliminate skunk odor and the stink in artificial turf and garbage cans. Yet safe enough to use on pet toys, their beds, even on them.
So why waste money on any product that doesn't totally eliminate the stink?
Call now and get a 32-ounce bottle of Poof for just $24.95 and get free shipping.
And I guarantee you'll never use anything else again. Plus, get a free sample of Poof Laundry Odor Eliminator. Just one wash removes the toughest odors from your laundry and your washer.
Get Poof on Amazon, Poof.com, Chewy.com, and select Walmart stores. If it's not Poof, it stinks.
We are back on the intermission report. Sierra Santos alongside Steve Conroy, and looking at the second period game summary. We are still all knotted up at 3 goals apiece. Neither team able to capitalize on the power play, but Ryan Chesley, he scored the evening goal at 3, so we caught up with him.
Obviously, I think we know we have the power to score a lot of goals, but I think we need to focus on our defense and limiting them to chances. So I think that'll be a big focus for the third here.
Also talking about trying to work out some of the turnovers in this game. How do you practice and how are you cognizant of just those the puck management improvements that you're looking to instill?
Yeah, I think the big things are winning the blue lines, getting pucks out of the zone of the blue line and getting pucks in at their blue lines. And then even if we do a turnover, make a mistake, we got to backtrack hard and get back to help our defense.
Also some offense that you provided. What did you read on that play, taking that pass from Lane Hudson?
Yeah, obviously I saw my D partner down low. He had a little opening to me through the seam, made an unbelievable pass, and I was lucky to bury it.
Appreciate that. Best of luck rest of the way, Ryan.
Thank you.
Chesley there putting it perfectly for us right there.
Yeah.
You know, they do have the ability to score a lot of goals. This Team USA is very deep. But what do the Americans need to do to prevent more check goals?
Yeah, well, Chesley talked about it, limiting chances. And what they've got to do, they've got to be better in front of their net, especially between the dots, because that's where 95% of the goals are scored. And, you saw in that second period, or even back in the first period, a number of opportunities. Great save by Fowler here. Look at how much time and space the shooter has from right in front of the net. That goal that was scored in the second period, they're kind of off to the side, but we're still within 15 feet of that net. So what you have to keep in mind, and I've mentioned it before, the European rink, 15 feet wider than a North American rink. And as a defenseman and even forward, sometimes you get sucked outside those dots. When you get sucked outside the face-off dots, that leaves a little more room inside the rink, in front of your net. So that's what they've got to do a little better job in front of their own goaltender.
Jacob Fowler, he's had his work cut out for him in the second of a back-to-back. E.J. Raddick and Dave Starman will have to call the game for the third period. It is still tied up, 3 apiece.
The Pepsi Zero Sugar NHL Goalie Challenge is free and easy to play. Every week, all season long, pick 3 teams and earn points based on teams' goalie performances. You could win NHL game tickets and other great prizes. Play at NHL.com/Pepsi Goalie Challenge.
You done yet? It's 2 a.m. Why are you still scrolling through videos? You're not paying me overtime here. If you really want to see something new, why not change those shades that have been broken for the past 2 years? Let's tap the Thumbtack app, and in a matter of seconds, we'll find a pro to install new shades.
Okay.
With Thumbtack, you can easily find top-rated professionals for every home project.
Thumbtack, the easy way to care for your home.
The market can look scary. These days, you might be thinking, I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. But chew on this. After every dip in history, the stock market has come back even stronger. See? Dip, stronger. Dip, stronger. Huh? Now, history doesn't always repeat, but you be the judge. Download Acorns. Start investing your spare change and give your money a chance to grow. Acorns. Grow your oak.
Supreme Court justices hold the power to protect or undermine our most cherished rights. It is a singular power, an overwhelming power, an unchecked power. In a democracy, no one should hold power for life. Supreme Court term limits. It's time.
When you get a chip in your windshield, trust Safelite. This couple counts on their SUV as they travel for their small business. So when they got a chip in their windshield, they brought it to Safelite for a same-day in-shop repair. We repaired the chip right away, and with their insurance, it was no cost to them. Plus, to protect their glass, we installed new wipers too. That's service the way you need it.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
It's the biggest stage of the regular season.
That outdoor January 1 game, it's going to be unreal.
And NHL Network will bring you comprehensive coverage of this amazing event from Seattle. The Discover NHL Winter Classic. Coverage begins Saturday on NHL Network.
Hockey fans, the best women's hockey players in the world are coming to the U.S. this April as Utica, New York hosts the 2024 IIHF Women's World Championships. Only through January 1st, fans can purchase a special U.S. preliminary round ticket package, and all session ticket packages are also on sale. Visit 2024.womensworld.hockey for more information. They got some great facilities up there. You like to talk about the restaurants in Utica?
Tremendous Italian cuisine in Utica, New York.
There you go.
I'll
give a shout out to my guys. John Gunn, who plays for Utica College again, and Dad Stan.
And that's a great event. The Women's World that's good hockey. When the U.S. and Canada play, that is as good as any game you'll watch.
There you go. So I'll tell you what, we've got a good game to watch here. It's been a really good first 40 minutes. Tied at 3, Team USA, Team Czechia, real competitive battle. It's been some trench warfare throughout this game. The Czechs they play a hard style. Coach David Carl told us that earlier this morning, and he's been bang on.
Now remember, for the U.S., their ground game has been effective. And getting pucks below the goal line and getting to work down there and forcing the Czechs to have to look over their shoulder a bit, it's probably part of the plan.
Here's an opportunity stopped by Fowler. Barish, who has already got one today. Here comes Gauthier now. Tries to get a shot off. He fans on it. Czechs coming the other way. Sapovalek down the left side. Good play there by Chesley, but he loses an edge. Kind of lucked out as Sapovalek turned right into him as he was down on the ice. Czechs reloading, firing in. Battle along the wall, knocked out of the zone. Czechs now through the neutral zone, they lose it. Chalet had it. Here comes Nazar. Frank Nazar. His pass behind Howard. The Czechs will start out. Long pass ahead. Chalet leaves it. Good back checking there. Nice job by Nazar. He gets it ahead to Brindley. Gavin Brindley wiped out along the wall. He goes for a ride there as Braychek finished the hit. Bullcamp to the middle. Look for a high tip there from Howard. Nazar with it. He gets tied up. Spun around. Comes to the neutral zone. Bullcamp is on it. He leads the attack. Winds it around the wall. Braychek. Now it's flipped out. Chalet gives it ahead. He'll go for a change. Puck chased into the zone there by Stancil. He had the first Czech goal today. In the neutral zone, it's Stancil again. He leaves it. There's a shot for Raymond from the slot. He just missed the net. Dominic Raymond with an excellent opportunity. Dave, what do you make of this first 2 minutes?
For the Czechs, they've put a couple pucks in and won a couple of races. U.S. is still, in my opinion, having some trouble on the rush, getting into the zone.
Czechs with a bad angle shot, knocked away by Fowler. Flipped out by Smith. He'll go for a change. Czechs with some high energy here early in the third. Puck through to the middle, knocked away. Good play by Leonard. He starts it the other way. Ryan Leonard on the move, up the off-wing side. Tries to throw it to the front. Tried to get it through to Nelson, but it chipped up over the crossbar.
Excellent job by Nelson to keep his feet moving, get inside the D, get his stick on the ice, and real good recognition by Leonard. First good offensive chance.
Now this puck gets deflected in. We get a whistle.
Irish with a pretty good chance. As you mentioned, EJ's got one already this game. The Czechs are able to gain the line here on the rush, and he doesn't waste a lot of time. The one thing I've been really impressed with the Czechs is how quickly they've delivered pucks to the net. And then a nice piece of stick handling by Leonard as Nelson on his backhand does a pretty good job at getting it towards the net.
Sapovalik wins that draw for the Czechs. They get to a set. Dec below the goal line. Sapovalik watched by Buya. Up the wall. They go D to D. Sabulak with a shot. Doesn't really, it was more of a shot pass. Puck kicking around. Czechs recover. Kulich tries to drive around. He gets knocked down. Fans thinking there might be a penalty there, but just an offside.
Kulich is a guy that can really break a game open, and he has worked really hard, as Seth Appert, the head coach in Rochester, was telling me yesterday. He's worked so hard to make his game better 5-on-5, so that he's not just a 5-on-4 guy. And to show you the impact this kid can have, Rochester was down 0-2 in the playoffs. He was injured. He comes back in. They win 6 straight, and they got to a Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Pretty impressive for an 18-year-old player in pro hockey.
23 games in the American League this year, 22 points, including 16 goals. So it tells you where he's at. He had 1 game with the Sabres this year, did not score in that game, but certainly he figures into their future. Just 19 years of age and the captain of this Czech team. Patrick Augusta, keeping a close eye on things. First go-round behind the World Junior bench for Team Czechia.
Got the Western Michigan Bronco look behind the bench. No ties.
I didn't know they had a look, but now I know.
That's it. No ties.
All right. Here comes Kribel. Chips it into the corner. Chase is on. Hudson spins away, gets it to Gauthier. Tries to flip it up. Eventually the Americans do get possession and get it out to the neutral zone. Kribel again. Tripped down. Czechs stay on the puck. Stancil. He loses. Americans come out. Here's Hudson jumping into the play. Lane Hudson throws it to the middle. Nice. Oh, just missed. A chance there as Gauthier left it for Snuggerud.
The party of the knowing the way Team USA plays and the speed that they have, indirects to open ice to create races, could be a huge factor in them getting the next goal.
Here's Brindley now. Looking. Play deflected. Nice defensive play there by Alshier.
You want to give the Czechs the heavy component. They have the advantage. You want to give the speed component, the playmaking component. You have to give the U.S. a little bit of an edge because of their depth and their skill.
Puck kept at the blue line. Alshier throws it. It goes up in the air. Puck kicking around the slot. Backhand chance to the net. Kept out. Americans look to get it out, and they do. Here comes Nazer. He spins back. Throws low to high. Turning around, it's Fortescue. Throws it behind the net. Alshier there for the Czechs. Shovels a backhand out. Fowler plays it up. Here's Nazer. He loses. Sam Renzel will try to chase back for Team USA. But kicking around, this pinballing, and now finally Ryan Leonard comes with speed up to the blue line, onto the backhand, tries to spin back. Good work on the back check by Kulich. Here come the Americans again. Puck comes to Leonard, his shot deflected. Puck cleared out. It's going to go down the ice where the Americans will regroup. Long pass ahead, too far. We're going to get a whistle for an icing.
If you're the Czechs, the thing you worry about the most right now, from a coaching staff perspective, are you going to turn the puck over in a bad spot south of the red line where the U.S. speed in transition is going to turn this around and allow them to get a really good scoring opportunity? If you're the U.S. from a coaching perspective, I think you're a little concerned about, can you win the hard areas near proximity to the net behind it and the hard area of the grease pan in front of it.
Off the draw. They battle along the wall. I've said that a few times today. There's been a lot of good wall battles today. Golovsky tried to win it for the Czechs. The battle continues down there. Czechs come away with it. Chalet takes a bump. And now Milowski tries to get it to net. Chalet gets it across. But Prejcik couldn't make anything happen. Stick gets caught up there. And Saposek. Robin Saposek, he's got a goal today for the Czechs. This puck comes all the way down. Perreault is there first, so we play on. Perreault spinning away. Moved off the puck by Prejcik. U.S. keeps it in. Hudson looking for room. Gets on his offside. Gets it up high. One-time shot by Chesley. Blocked down. Hudson again. Looking. Probing. Holds on. Pulls back. Gets it up high. Finley. Back to Hudson. He's like a water bug out there. Moving all the time. Gets it to the net. The puck loose. Still loose in front. Czechs try to clear it. Kept in by Hudson. Walks to the middle. What great edge work by Hudson. Throws it through. Oh, a great chance there by Finley. Stopped by Rabel. Hudson again. What a shift for Lane Hudson. He's been dynamic. He's going to probably need to get to that bench and get a break. I think he stays out there. Competitive kid. He heads to the bench now. Czechs get the puck. Up the ice with speed was Becker. Now the shot by Raymond. Becker chips it over the crossbar. Czechs now on the attack. Shot wide.
The hard area chance with no box out as the Czechs got a rebound and were able to pounce on it.
Snuggerud comes down the wall. Trying to get involved there. It goes behind the net. Becker. Becker throws it across. One-time shot towards the net wide. Hamara tries to play it. It goes in the corner. Raymond takes a hit. Throws it in front. Skitters through. Alshier skips down the wall. Tries to throw it in front. Goes off the side of the net. Bounces around the slot. And the Americans get it, and they get it out to safety. Now here comes Gauthier. Gauthier over the line. Tries to shoot, fans on it. Backhands it through, but Hamara's there. Hamara recovers after losing it there to the back-checking Snuggerud.
Finley and Snuggerud each with really, really good plays in the proximity of the grease pad in front of the U.S. net to break up opportunities. Nice job collapsing low to help the coverage.
Czechs setting up now behind their net. Terrific third period. Terrific game today. Just good battle by both sides. Here come the Americans again. Puck tries to come through to Brindley. Can't get it. Czechs look to start out. Flip it out. With speed. There comes Huar. Holds on to the puck. Huar. Goes behind. Redlick there. Now the Americans come away. It's Brindley with speed. Brindley pushing it ahead. Comes down the wing. Pass to the middle. And Nazar just couldn't get enough to direct it on goal. Here come the Czechs the other way. Alešček with a shot wide. And now we get a whistle. Does that puck look like it must have skipped off the netting? Good one here. Tied at 3.
Peloton.
3, 2, 1.
Let's get it. Come on. I got you, baby.
Get up to $600 off Peloton purchases at onepeloton.com. Terms apply.
Why pay over $100 a month for cable when it's half the cost for Fubo TV? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Try free at FuboTV.com.
Anyone who's ever sold a home will tell you it's really hard, and it's one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. That's why who you work with matters. Together with HomeLight, we take care of every detail, from staging to showing to negotiating to closing. We've helped thousands of people sell faster and for a better price.
get the very latest Team USA and USA Hockey apparel at shopusa.com. There's something for all ages, jerseys, hoodies, T-shirts, novelties, and more. Don't delay. Head to shopusahockey.com now. We're going to head back to some really good action here in the third period. Boy, here's Michael Rommel.
Nice battle between two big-time future NHL goalies. Both of them playing in Hockey East on opposite sides of the state of Massachusetts.
They'll see each other in February when UMass plays BC. There's a shot out of the corner. Barish trying to pick the short side. Can't find it. They battle in front of the benches. Puck comes loose. Nice play by Smith. Smith, he was walled off there and couldn't get it across. Puck gets knocked back in. The U.S. will regroup. Behind the net, Braychick moves it over. There's Galvis firing it up the ice. Goes behind the net, Chesley battling. Perot there to help. Up the walls to Smith. Good forechecking pressure here by the Czechs. Americans filing it away. Long, soft pass ahead to Smith. He almost caught that touchdown pass. Just off his glove, but he chased it down.
Looked like Air Coryell.
That's an old reference, but I like it.
I'm old.
I know, I'm with you. Puck gets moved along the wall. Leonard gets it ahead. Here comes Nelson, pulls up. Trying to get it through, cleared out by the Czechs. You can feel the urgency right now, Dave, on both sides.
No question. Like the move Leonard made. Leonard got the defenseman to get his feet a little bit crossed up as he tried to look inside, go outside. And he had a lane to the net. Nice creative offensive play by Leonard.
Chipped in there by Stancil. Played behind by Buyam. Zev Buyam. Long pass ahead. Tape to tape. Hayes with a shot. Off the glove of Rommel. Goes to the corner and along the wall. Chipped out by the Czechs. Coming up on 8 minutes left in regulation. If the teams are still tied, we'll head for a 5-minute 3-on-3 overtime. And then if that doesn't do it, we get a shootout. Here's a chance on a turnover and a big drive there by Snuggerud. That puck got thrown errantly through the middle.
So revisiting a theme, if you're the Czech coach, you're worried about a bad turnover in the middle of the ice that can come back at you quick. There it was.
Here comes the U.S. again. McGroarty looks for the puck, now chipped out of the zone. Polkamp will have to chase back. Team USA playing with 6D and not 7. Seamus Casey ill, not playing. The same was the case for Trey Augustine. Jacob Fowler has been in goal for Team USA today. Hopefully both those players will be recovered in time to participate on Sunday against Slovakia. Puck goes back into the Czech zone. Good forechecking pressure there by Gauthier. Now McGroarty throws it in front. Goes up in the air. Another good battle. Gauthier in the middle of that. Barish comes the other way. Adam Barish driving wide off the blocker. Good coverage defensively by Team USA. They throw it out, but a turnover in the neutral zone, and now we'll just get a hand pass and a stoppage.
Hey Utica. Hey Utica. Hey Utica.
Hey Utica. Come see the best players in the world at the Adirondack Bank Center, April 3rd through 14th. Don't miss your chance to see reigning world champion Team USA defend its gold medal against the best teams from around the world. Get your tickets by visiting EmpireStateTix.com or by calling 315-790-9070. The 2024 Women's World Championship. You don't want to miss it.
It's the BetMGM offer of the week. Get up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. For all the games, later this week. Have your picks and parlays ready when the puck drops and turn any game into a must-watch. Download the BetMGM app and it's on.
Puck management, such an important part, especially late in games with a tie, and the Czechs with some mismanagement after puck had stopped behind the net. There's the look up, and that is absolutely the pass you can't throw. He had about 10 different options. That would have been the last one, and then the shot gets fanned on for the Czechs. A little piece of luck.
I'll tell you, for Alice Czech there, as that puck went off his stick and he saw Snuggerud, he was just panicked probably. It's a horrible feeling.
Absolutely.
But he survived, and the Czechs did, as that Snuggerud shot, as you mentioned, it looked like the stick might have been breaking. Snuggerud just couldn't get anything on it.
As I tell my Ds all the time, guys, you don't have anything, use the windshield. It's the windshield and the boards are the only things that are 100% ready for a pass 100% of the time.
Zapovalik takes a big hit there from Nazar. At the blue line, here comes Brindley with speed. He loses it off his stick. A chance in the net. Oh, it was an open cage with nobody there to tap it home. Turnover the other way, and here comes Czechia. Pulic just bats it in. Under 6 minutes left in regulation time. Team USA, Team Czechia, 3-all. Howard gets it to the middle. He gets it back. Puck has been skipping around in that slot area, but the Americans just can't find it. Puck down below the goal line. Milovic throws it in front. Didn't get there.
Remember, the American coaching staff talked about the ice being really hard and the puck bouncing a lot.
Yep, I think the word that David Carl used was firm. And it's been really noticeable. It does bounce around a lot of him, but then again, you got really competitive athletes out here, and that's part of it. There's Leonard chasing it in, spins back, and now dumps it behind the goal line. Smith watching. Trying to pin the Czechs in. Good job by Leonard, goes around.
Puck was outside the dot lane. One U.S. player was there. 4 Czechs were outside the dot lane as well defending. That's the flood of the quadrant that the puck is in, that the U.S. has been part of their scouting report. That could turn out to bite you if that puck slips through 4 people. Keep an eye on that, because you want to talk about something that could be your undoing. The Czechs flooding where the puck is leaves a lot of players open behind the play.
Smith fired that one in. It bounced to the goaltender Rabel, and he's just going to grab it. Frank Nazar, the pass master general. Does he have an assist to finish this one? We'll see.
Yo, you think Dallas' power forward gonna drop 30 tomorrow?
His mom made a post about going to the game.
What?
He's been averaging like 34 points a game when she's there.
Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Cash in on your sports fandom with Prize Picks.
This is the Mighty Oak. It grew ring by ring, a little each day. And that's why we made the Mighty Oak debit card. While other cards are built for spending, ours helps your money grow with 2 of the highest APYs available. Acorns, grow your oak.
When you ask Instacart for personalized game day recipes, you get everything you need in just a few clicks, so you can stay on your game.
What's it gonna be? All right, 60 seconds to draw the perfect gift. What's it gonna be?
A bottle of Don Julio 1942 delivered.
Delivered with Drizzly. Gifting without the guessing. Drizzly. What's it gonna be?
The broadcast of this game is authorized by USA Hockey. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of any image, sound, account, or description of this game without the express written consent of USA Hockey and the International Ice Hockey Federation is strictly prohibited.
Well, we'll give the dance contest to the U.S. fans. Oh, that's a strong comeback coming over here.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, the fans, this is a great game. I mean, you're in a smaller building there.
This is what the World Juniors is.
Right, exactly right.
This is a perfect World Junior game, and the fans that you are watching at home are being treated to a terrific game by 2 really good teams.
Under 5 minutes in regulation now. Puck goes down into the corner. Gauthier throws it to the net. Couldn't find Snuggerud. Snuggerud in the battle over there with Alshire. Raymond knocks it out. Snuggerud back. Short pass to McGroarty. Rutger McGroarty. He's rubbed out along the wall. Puck comes in the neutral zone. Batted back in by Chesley. 4 minutes left in regulation. Hamara comes through the middle. Chesley down low. Chance in front. Gauthier with a shot. Stopped in front. Gauthier goes low to high. Chesley quickly through traffic. That one's deflected wide. Good chance there. Chance by McGroarty, just misses. Battle in front there with Gauthier in tight. Americans controlling the puck. Gauthier to the net. Chance for McGroarty in front. He can't bang it home. Raymond is looking to get it out. Can't do it. And finally, Dominic Raymond bangs it back behind the net. The Americans change.
Best shift of the game for the U.S.
McGroarty, Gauthier, and Snuggerud making it happen. Puck now behind Barish. He just fires it down low for Kulish. Kulish up high. Puck knocked back around the net. 3 minutes in regulation. Sapovalik tries to throw it in front. Chips around. Puck comes to Kulish. Throws it behind the net. There's a, looks like a trip there, but no call. Fortescue got knocked down. Puck's still bouncing around. The Americans come away with it. Quick pass up ahead to Brindley. He's attacking. Czech defenseman loses an edge. Goes behind the net. They try to get it in front. Czechs recover. Good forechecking pressure by Nazar. Kept in by the Americans. Shot to the net. Deflected just wide. Good pressure again by the U.S. And now Kulish gets it, just flips it up in the air and hits Barish. And hit to the high stick, so we'll get a stoppage. Good chances, Dave.
A tremendous chances by the U.S. who are jumping all over the Czechs, and the Czechs are handling the puck like it's a hand grenade right now. I mean, it's the U.S. is just absolutely slicing right through them, and the Czechs just have not had a defensive answer. Pucks get thrown in the net. Ramos had to make a couple of huge stops here, but if the Czechs are going to be that cavalier with the puck, they might as well just put it in their own net and end it themselves.
Puck gets whirled in. Leonard throws it behind the net. Took a hit from Prachek. Galvis tries to get it out. Leonard picks his pocket. Leonard walking in. Comes to the middle. Puck bounces around the slot. And ends up in the corner. Here comes Czechia. Under 2 minutes left in regulation. Stopped by Fowler. Nice pass work there. Smith ahead to Leonard behind him. Galvis gets it and throws it back in for Czechia. Here's Bouillon. Zev Bouillon. His pass goes off a skate, and Renzo will have to retreat. His pass through the middle. Smith recovers, regroups. Off his stick. Czechs get it, try to flip it out. Good stick there by Leonard, knocked it down. Czechs recover. Pass ahead, Sapovalik to Kulik. He fans on the shot, and here comes Smith the other way, but the puck just skips off his stick. And he'll look to regroup as he sends it back behind the net. Sam Renzel, long pass ahead. Here's Rutger McGroarty to the middle. Cutter Gauthier takes it between the legs, behind the back, and behind the net. Gauthier throws it through, deflects. He's trying to get it to McGroarty. Up high, under a minute left in regulation. Behind the net. Cutter Gauthier moving to the middle, goes across. Hudson looking. Hudson fires it to the net. Oh, he just couldn't find Snuggerud on the deflection, and the puck is chipped up in the air and out. Chesley plays it back up. Czechs recover, and they'll reload in their own end. 30 seconds left in regulation. Alice Czech behind his net. 6 in red. Throws it ahead. Sabulka now, spinning back in his own zone. Crowd chanting here in Gothenburg. 10 seconds left. Czechs looking to be very cautious, but the referee in the way there. Almost a turnover. The Americans with one more chance, and Rabel is able to corral it. 2.2 left on the clock. One more face-off.
I cannot believe how bad the Czechs have been with the puck in their own end in the last 10 minutes. I mean, it's unreal. And with the exception of the goalie being really strong, this game could have been over a while ago. And the Czechs are lucky to still be involved in this thing. U.S. has jumped on every puck. They've jumped every route. And they'll pull a goalie here with just over 2 for one last kick at this. And if you're the defensive center, you got one job here, and that is a good block. And remember, in international play, it sticks on faceoffs. You can't use your feet.
So off the draw, U.S. with a shot! And stopped by Rabel as it was Snuggerud with a quick shot. So head coach David Carl rolling the dice, figuring there's not enough time to get it all the way down. They had the extra attacker, pretty smart. They end up getting a shot there, but Rommel is able to turn it away. We will take a breath. I can certainly use it. That was a heck of a third period. We're going to take a break, I believe, before we get to overtime. And we are. The coaches are going to look it over. The goalies are going to get set. We'll be back.
This season, DraftKings Sportsbook is your place to bet on the greatest sport on ice. There's so many ways to get closer to the game. And with this latest offer, you can win big. Now that is deserving of some victory stick taps.
New customers, want to pocket $150 instantly in bonus bets? Get paid faster than a one-timer when you bet just $5. All you got to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the promo code. The crown is yours.
So we are headed to overtime. It's actually the first overtime in these World Junior Championships thus far. You can see game tied at end of regulation, 5-on-5 overtimes. Teams will not change ends. 3 skaters, 1 goalie. Overtime ends when 5 minutes have expired. Obviously, if a goal is scored, it ends it. End of overtime, teams will take a shootout. 5 different shooters will alternate until a decisive goal is scored. If still tied, the shootout will continue, and at that point, I believe you could send the same guy over and over.
It's the Taves and Troy Terry.
Jack Johnson, I remember, for Team USA and Taves way back when. I think that was 06 or 07. But you can see the USA bench, Dave, and what are they talking about on that bench right now?
Puck possession. That's what they're talking about. It's puck management and puck possession. It's the most important component in an overtime here. You don't dump the puck. If you don't have anything, you bring it back outside, and you regroup and get your line changes and go. But it is all about having the puck on your stick and dictating where you want to go with it until you can spring something in coverage.
And big ice, 3-on-3.
So you get a little protection on the wall there if you need to. The only thing I don't like about this is I would love to see them change ends, because to me the long change ends a very unique dynamic.
Yeah, exactly. That's something that the NHL did when they first went to the 3-on-3 overtime. They didn't change ends. Then they decided to do that. And you're right. It allows, you get a bad change as an opportunity, and you're looking to decide the game at this point.
And if you look at statistically, if you went through every team in the NHL, I would bet you that the majority of them, the second period is where they've scored their most goals, and it's because of the long change.
So Gauthier is out there with Snuggerud. And I believe that's Hudson out there as well. And off the draw, it is Hudson, and he gets the puck. So 5-minute overtime here. USA, Czechia. Long pass ahead, and here we go. Off to the races. A shot by Gauthier, stopped by Rommel. Great opportunity right off the hop. Here come the Czechs now. Kulich. His shot stopped by Fowler. Will get a face-off.
Amara, 9 in red. He's a draft choice of the Ottawa Senators. At this point, when he sees 2 red slanting over to one side, he's got to be thinking that he's got to be the back door and cover it up. And he was a little bit late to the party, and Rommel with another huge save as he closes the wickets, and then Kulich with an opportunity and great presence by Fowler.
Important face-off won by the Czechs. They get right to the attack, and now they'll take it back up high. It's Olshier. He sends it back. Olshier out there with Chalet. And he moves up the ice. Chalet throws it through. Gloved by Fowler, and gives it over for Nazar, and he's off to the races. Looking for help. Right now, doesn't everybody coming? There's Brindley coming through. William with it. William spins back. Now he spins back again. coming to the middle on his forehand. Leaves it for Nazer to Brindley. Brindley spinning back. Brindley now looking to use his speed. Decides to regroup, reload in the neutral zone. Here he is again, Gavin Brindley. He gets clipped in the face, and there's going to be a penalty here. Edward Chalet clipped him in the face, I believe.
And they will go to, like the NHL, they'll now go to 4-on-3 for the duration of the power play, depending on how long it lasts. Brindley, with a good regroup, regains the zone. Now as he's coming across, there's the contact to the helmet. Stick comes up.
Yeah,
no question. No question.
It's Malofsky, 6', Malofsky into the box. Chalet had a look at it, didn't like it, but nonetheless, power play opportunity here in overtime for Team USA. I believe that's the third penalty Brindley has drawn today.
You might be right. And the U.S. looks like they've called timeout here. That's Brent Larson, the head coach at St. Cloud State, who is running the power play. He and Garrett Raboy, the head coach at Augustana, they are in charge of it. So they have discussed what they want to, and with guys like Snuggerud and Gauthier on the ice, they once again present that off-flank one-timer capability, and Hudson up top is such a great distributor of the puck. So you want a net front presence for sure, and then you get the two guys on the wings that can really let it ride.
So Snuggerud will be out there. Leonard looks like he was headed out.
And this is a call you just can't argue. It's
the stick came up and hit him in the face.
And this was night and day.
See Malofsky in the box, hoping his teammates will bail him out here. Just one of those plays that happens sometimes. The stick came up.
It's involuntary high sticking.
It wasn't intentional. It was just one of those things.
The key here now, obviously, is the draw.
So Shapovalov on the draw for the Czechs. U.S. wins the draw. Hudson gets it, moves it over. Gauthier back to Hudson. There comes Snuggerud walking downhill, looking to maybe get those two flanks going downhill. Here's a pass in tight. One-time opportunity. Stopped and enclosed by Rommel. There's another shot. Knocked down in front. Snuggerud with a shot. He fires wide. Puck takes a bad bounce off the glass, and that helps Czechia as they clear it down. Do you like that look? Did you like that look?
I did like the look. It was interesting because they alternated sides, and they kept guys on their strong side for that exact purpose of being able to drive downhill with speed and utilize their wrist shots.
Here's Hudson. One time looked like he was going to shoot there. Gauthier stopped and fired it wide.
Now they got him on the off wings.
Hudson, Gauthier, another shot. Just hits the outside of the net. Czechs get the puck. Let's see if they can clear. It's going to be a hand pass, I think, if they kept it in, but they did not. Went off the glove of Gauthier. Now Hudson into the zone. Gets to his set. 45 seconds left on the power play. Gauthier takes a look to Hudson. Hudson with a shot through traffic. Blocked and cleared. Fowler comes way out. Plays it back up. Americans back to the zone. Snuggerud. Gauthier. Walks. Fires. Puck. It's underneath. Ravel. It's still loose. Somehow stayed out. The Czechs clear it again. 15 seconds left on the power play. Golden opportunity there. Ravel just is able to keep it out. Here's Smith now with speed. Turns back. 5 seconds on the power play. William to the middle. Back to Smith. Takes a look. Fires. Just wide. Penalty is over. Playing 4-on-4 hockey right now. With $1:35 on the clock in overtime. Puck battle at center ice. Won by Malofsky. Czechs go back in their end.
Tremendous composure by the Czechs here coming out of this PK to get it resettled down. The Americans with some unbelievable chances.
70 seconds left in overtime play. Sabolka leaves it back. Czechia falling back into their own end, looking to regroup with speed. 4-on-4 play right now after the penalty. If we get a stoppage, it'll go to 3-on-3. Puck turned over, but comes back. There's Kulich. Kulich with it. Now he comes back out into the neutral zone, looking to regroup. Americans change. Kulich into the zone, fires a shot, deflected, and out of the zone.
4-on-4 to me helps the Czechs. It negates the U.S. speed just a little bit, so they would love to keep this clock moving and keep it 4-on-4.
30 seconds left in the overtime. If there's no goal, we go to a shootout. Chalet, back. There's a shot, just deflects wide. The puck coming towards the front of the net, but Kulich couldn't get to it. Here comes the U.S. Maybe one last rush here in overtime. They get it to the middle. Puck goes up in the air. Where is it? Brindley found it. Now it comes and it goes all the way back down the ice. And we're going to head to a shootout. Well, the Americans could not ask for anything more than to get a power play opportunity in overtime. They came close, but couldn't finish.
Some terrific play by the U.S. Staying wide here, real good pass up. Rabo with a big-time stop here. And they just had all kinds of chances. And the goaltender from the University of Massachusetts was huge for them. And that is what he has done all season long. He's great down low. He's good positionally. He's tremendously athletic. Can move side to side really well for a big man and hit his marks. Greg Carvel said to me, this kid has been a game changer. So now we go to the shootout, best of 5. And for the goaltenders, one of the key components, obviously, for them is going to be good goalie gaps. Not allowing easy shots to the net. If you're going to let a guy come in on you, make him make a move and make him score that way. Don't just give him all kinds of net to shoot at.
And there you see Jacob Fowler. Team USA goalie, played yesterday against the Swiss, played today here against the Czechs. As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Trey Augustine under the weather, could not play today. So now they'll have the coin flip to decide who will go first.
He's picking 5-0. Yeah. Okay. He's going to hit the ice. You hit your skate, no? No. So farther. Hit your skate. 5-0. 2 big 3. Your choice. 1 second. You're a second. Okay, you'll start. First? No.
Which is probably what the U.S. wanted anyway. I love him arguing and hit your skate. That's outstanding.
Oh, boy. What do you expect here, Dave? I mean, the U.S. has a lot of skill. I'm sure there's a lot of skill on that Czech bench as well.
I got news for you. If you go down the U.S. roster, everybody can probably score. See what they're saying here. And that was my point. The U.S. wanted to shoot first no matter what. I'm stunned that the Czechs didn't want to shoot first. I'm just absolutely shocked.
You know, that's always been a bonus, like a good question for me. There's been, you know, most people, the conventional wisdom is to shoot first to create pressure on the other team. But maybe because I was a baseball fan growing up, I like to have those last licks. I like to be the guy that has a chance to put you away. But most people, you know, in the NHL, most of the time they want to go first. And you heard what Rutger McGroarty said. That's what they wanted.
Yeah, you got a lot of guys with hot sticks. I mean, today, the scoring's been a little quieter than it's been in other games, but Brindley's had a hot stick. Howard's had a hot stick.
Rutger's parents were on the screen. He looked up and he saw him. They were waving, and he had a big smile on his face. So nice to see that. And if you're wondering why the dad is wearing the Winnipeg Jets hat, it's because his son is draft pick of the Winnipeg Jets. Makes perfect sense for number 2. First rounder in 2022, 14th overall. If you're here looking for the Canadian-Sweden game, the start of it, you're going to have to head over to ESPN Plus for the start. We will get to it when we get finished here. That's going to be an excellent game as well. Sweden and Canada most likely playing for the top of Pool A. Meanwhile, we get ready here as they do a little resurfacing, getting the ice ready. Guys, all these players, I mean, they should feel good. This was a great game today. This was a lot of competition. It was great battles. The teams were able to answer one another. I just thought it was a terrific display of hockey here by these two teams.
Absolutely. You see David Crow, the head coach, talking to Steve Miller. Denver connection there, as Steve Miller was the assistant coach under George Gwozdecky at the University of Denver when they won back-to-back championships in the OOs. The other assistant coach of that team was Seth Appert, who we mentioned earlier, the head coach of the Rochester Americans. So the U.S. is going to shoot first. I'm a big believer in these situations, front load. Like, don't save best for last. They may not get to shoot.
No,
you know what I mean?
right,
Like,
no.
you empty the tank early here.
100%. Whoever your best guys are, send them out. And Rabble playing at UMass, there's probably a lot of familiarity.
There could be some.
On the US bench. I mean,
Hudson's probably seen him already. The BC guys haven't, but
they see the games, and he's kicked around there. I mean, like, you know, they're watching, they're paying attention. I'm not sure if the Czechs have as much knowledge of Fowler. They were probably anticipating seeing Trey Augustine today.
And it'd be well, here's the thing. I mean, both of these kids have had some international experience, but Augustine is, they might have had a little bit more. He might be a little bit more familiar to his age bracket. So we get set for shot number one.
Yeah, it's a nail biter. I don't blame you.
And it is amazing how much pressure there is on that first shot. Like I said, I am really, really surprised that the Czechs did not want to go first.
Well, listen, if the U.S. buries the first one, it's a bad move. If the U.S. misses the first one, genius.
No, if the U.S. doesn't bury the first one, it makes you look like a genius. There's a difference.
Yeah.
And every indication seems to be that Lane Hudson's going first.
He's on the ice, so. And there's Rommel headed back towards the net, so we're just about ready to go. They did a little resurfacing, and I think that's good. Get the ice as clean as you can get it.
So Gauthier.
Yeah, so Cutter Gauthier has had a terrific game today. He has been in the mix all afternoon, and
big, powerful skater.
Can shoot it.
Big, powerful shot. He might not need to make a move.
All right, here comes Gauthier. Coming in on his off-wing side. Shot stopped by Rommel. Tried to go 5-hole. What a move by the Czechs.
Tried to freeze him. Yeah, good point by you. Tried to freeze him and then rely on how hard a shot that he has. He got the wickets open just a little bit, but nice shuffling and real good stick positioning by Rabel to keep the 5-hole closed.
All right, Edward Chalet now coming down. Lanky left shot forward on his off wing to the middle. Backhand, and he does not beat Fowler. Looked like he had him for a second. But Fowler got the pad on it.
Nice recovery by Fowler. Just good. You saw both goalies demonstrate great proficiency on their feet with lateral movement.
All right, here's Snuggerud coming in off wing side. Shot! And he misses the cage. Rabel might have got a piece of it.
When you're drifting from your strong side to your weak side, the timing of going back against the grain has got to be there. And Rabel didn't bite and held tight to the short side.
Here's Malofsky now. He took the penalty in overtime. Could be a hero here. He walks in. Deeks, but no. Fowler gets that pad out. So we remain scoreless here in the shootout through 2 rounds.
Okay, from once again, strong side, the weak side. This time he got Fowler down, and one extra move, too close to the net. Fowler had him. Nice job.
All right, Ryan Leonard now. Right shot, coming down the off-wing side, slides to the middle, and he loses the puck. Tried to make a move, and it just went off the stick.
Interesting, Ryan Leonard from Amherst, Mass. Grew up in the shadows of the University of Massachusetts, where Rabel plays.
All right, here's Yuri Kulik. He's going to come in, left-hand shot, fires, he scores! Just rips it over the pad under the blocker. And the Czechs are on the board. They lead the shootout 1-0.
He saw daylight as he drifted. What a shot. That is an NHL release. That thing was in before the windup was finished.
So now here comes Lane Hudson for Team USA. Coming in, left shot, fakes. Stopped by Rommel. He stayed with him and got the pad on it. Great move by Hudson.
And each attempt the U.S. has made in this shootout, you get more and more impressed with the footwork and lateral movement of the Czech goaltender.
So here comes Becker. Walking in. Becker backhand, gloved by Fowler.
I'm a big believer as a goalie. You get a guy to go to his backhand, you got him. And Fowler was in a great spot to do it. There was not a lot of deception.
Here comes Perreault. He needs this one to keep it going. Perreault walks in and he scores! Gabe Perreault keeps it alive!
Just a little leaker, a little tight shorty off the pad of the goaltender. Unfortunate break for Robel, but it was a really nice move by Perreault to get Robel off his mark.
There comes Sapovalik. He walks in, fires and misses the net. So we are going to extra innings, as they might say in baseball.
Free hockey.
Nice stop by Fowler. He got the piece of that there with the blocker. Sapovalik just shaking his head.
Fowler as advertised.
No
really
surprise,
good with his hands.
No surprise that they sent Yuri Kulik out here. I think we're going to see a lot of Yuri Kulik if this goes on for a while. Let's see if he shoots or dekes this time. He shot and scored the last time. Coming in on that offside. Looks to shoot, and Fowler baited him with the poke check and then was able to get the glove on it. Nice stop.
By Fowler getting the stick out here, he now forces Kulik to shoot before he wanted to because he knew he couldn't get across the net.
All right, here's Perreault. He's going to go again. For the win, Gabe Perreault moving in. Backhand stop by Robel.
Great push, great back push. And by keeping the wickets for someone protected with the paddle down, didn't give Perreault a lot to shoot at.
All right, Edward Chalet will go again. He was stopped in the first round. Chalet on his off-wing side, left shot. Fire, stopped by Fowler, who stood his ground there. Really well played.
Took the safe route, cut to the front of the net, and then didn't really do much. And Fowler, just by being in the right spot, holding his ground, makes a stop.
All right. Here comes Isaac Howard. He has a goal in this game. He walks in, shoots, scores! And the Americans win it! Celebrate Isaac Howard! The kid from Hudson, Wisconsin comes in and rips it low. Beats Rabel. And the U.S. skates away with the shootout victory.
Howard comes in. It's good positioning by Rabel, but as soon as Rabel dropped his left pad, that was the trigger for Howard to shoot. See, stick pad goes down. Howard didn't have a whole lot of room to do anything with it, and he just sneaks it right under the pad. But the trigger was the fact that Rabel flinched first, and that allowed Howard to dictate what happened next.
Oh, that's got to be a great feeling. And look at Jacob Fowler. He comes over. The big hug. Celebrate, boys. It's a well-earned victory today.
You can look at this one of two ways. You look at it as, yeah, this was a game that they had to really battle through. It's a different kind of opponent that they needed to play against and set them up for the medal round. But I feel like there's going to be a little soul-searching, too, along the lines of this game getting away from them at certain points. But they were able to fight themselves down the stretch.
In Team Czechia, number 10, Adam Bares.
So you can see there Adam Bares. He is the player of the game for Team Czechia. He had a goal in the game. Kind of getting into this music.
The player of the game in Team USA, number 20, Lane Hudson.
So Lane Hudson named player of the game. He'll head over. I thought this was his best game of the three so far.
Remember last year, kind of same thing. 2 games were quiet, and then all of a sudden he kind of read the room and took off.
So the players of the game, and it was a heck of a game. Going all the way to shootout. And Team USA wins it in a 7-round shootout.
If you're able, please rise up for the
and
national
now they'll
anthem
get that
of USA.
Proud moment to hear the national anthem. So Team USA gets it done in a shootout. 7-round shootout. Isaac Howard with the deciding goal. Jacob Fowler did a great job in the shootout as well. And Team USA now getting ready for the final game of the preliminary round as they will take on Slovakia on Sunday morning, 6 a.m. Eastern time. You better get up and join us for that one. It's going to be a heck of a game. Slovakia, you see 3-0, the U.S. 2-1, so the U.S. will have to win that game. You get into tiebreakers if it doesn't, but pretty much they win the pool, and then we get ready for the crossover. Great game today, Dave.
We told you in the preview show, this game, the U.S. and the Czechs, was must-watch television, and these teams did not disappoint you.
All right, so it was a good one here. They got a good one going across the road, the other rink. Let's get you to Canada, Sweden, right now.
Tkachuk not on the bench. If he is not available, that is a huge